Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can hear me. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? BFG, Nina. Hello, Nina. Thanks for joining us. Were you just sitting there waiting? Hello, Callum. Thanks for joining us. Me. Well, all of us, I suppose. Farmer Ivan, can you hear me? Just let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Loud and clear. Awesome. Hello, Cartech. How are you? We missed you at FarmCon, man. We missed you big time. Matt's here. Dylan's here. Gavin. We are filling up. Hello from the Netherlands, BritBox. Oh, man. We're going mad. Going mad. Awesome stuff. So, yeah, it was a weird one. It really was, Cartech. We were talking about, yeah, because Mrs. FSG was supposed to come but didn't come. And we said we were missing Mr. and Mrs. Cartech, Mr. and Mrs. Argsy, you know. Hello, Hugh. Realistic Farmer. Hello, 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 hello. So, I guess what I need to do now is... let's do that. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well on this Sunday. This is just going to be a relaxed, chill Sunday afternoon. I've got some stuff to do on the farm. So I thought, you know what? Let's live stream. I did it the other day. You know, I said before I get a little bit nervous and I get a little bit anxious and a bit wound up about going live. And when I do it, let's be honest, it can't be anywhere near as crazy and insane as the live mod review. That was just on another scale. Oh dear. Hello, Paul. Lunatic Calm. Hello, hello. John Knight, Andrew Kerr, Jim Clements. Hello. Goggle Pops in the chat. The hands in the standby letters. I haven't. Wait 1 second. That's a good way to start the stream, isn't it? Ooh. Dear me, right, let's minimise that. I've got an error come up on my thing saying I'm not configured for something or other. Are we still streaming? I think we're still streaming. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave the chat up. Why not? I'm sure it's all fine. Just let me know in the chat if it all goes to pieces. Hello, hello. Serge, Pithers. Hello, Pithers, how are you? Max, we've got loads of people. Awesome stuff. Well, I suppose I better just crack right along, hadn't I? Let's click on Le Bouton and we'll do some work. Like I say, it's I'm not doing multiplayer. When I do my live streams, to be fair, I don't multiplayer very often. I need to do some multiplayer on our Discord servers because our Discord runs multiplayer servers. Supplied by G-Portal. I have a G-Portal button somewhere. Boom! There we go. Oh, my thing's in the way. How do we do this? How can we? No, I need to click on the right thing. Can I move? No, wrong thing. Yeah, I do this. Oh, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. Probably not. Anyway, it's probably overlaying my face. That's all right. Yeah, G-Portal servers. We run them on our Discord. I should get on there and do some. I absolutely should. Hello, Grizz. How are you? Hope you and the family are well. All of you. I hope all of you and your families are well on this Sunday afternoon. Hey, you know what? MrSealyp's forehead brought to you by G-Portal. Absolutely, yes. If you're looking for an affordable server, there is a discount link in the description. And they're very helpful. Any questions, queries, set up. They're very straightforward to set up. I say that. The guys in my Discord guys and gals, my moderators and admins that run all the stuff, they are the brains of the operation. So if you are going to run anything, if you've got any issues, any concerns, any questions, stick it in the Discord server. They will jump on and help because they are awesome like that. Wonderful people. Hello, Brian, Dave J, Waylon, Bruce. Awesome stuff. So, South Carolina. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Right, everything seems to be okay there. Everything seems to be okay here. Well, what I'm looking for today, if we hit 100 likes, 100 likes, you'll have to let me know when we hit 100 likes, somebody in the chat. If we hit 100 likes, I have a hat that I got at FarmCon. Now, when I put this, when we hit the 100 likes, smash that like button, people. You know how this works. Smash that like button. Now, I don't think it came in the, because you get a token thing and you can go and get the Grizz, welcome to being Sealyp Plus. Thank you very much for joining us. The insanity, the madness, which is being a Sealyp. Yeah, you get a goodie bag. I don't think it was in the goodie bag. If I recall correctly, it was a hot day. There was a lot going on. Somebody came up and gave me a hat as a gift. I cannot remember who it was. I can't for the life of me remember who gave it to me. Also, while I remember, my thumbnail for this video, that image of me, I think it was Alucard. Someone did, a few people have done, you know, the AI generated songs about, you know, various different things. A couple of people have done one about me, which is lovely, and they've done some about Farming Simulator, and I've been, it might not have been Alucard. Who was it? Anyway, they sent me that image. I got sent that image, so I've used it. So thank you very much. Again, if it was you, thank you very much. So, I guess we need to crack on. I've got work to do today. We are going to be, in the last episode, we managed to sort out our straw. What we're going to do is grab a tractor trailer. Do I need the large one or... we'll start off a bit smaller. Let's jump in this. Hello from Michigan. I've got my chat here today. The other day, because I was doing stuff on the Mod Hub as well. I had the Mod Hub on my PC screen, and I had on my other screen just over here. Where's my hand? Over here. I had the chat. So today I've got the chat over here, right in front of me, so I can see it, which is great. Hello from Kildare, from the Midlands. No, Midlands Island. Okay. Saskatchewan. You know what? That's somewhere I want to visit. I like. What's his name? Mike Mitchell? No. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Oh, everyone's telling me where they're from now. Croatia? Awesome stuff. Chicago? New York? Wow. Hello, Pete Harnety. Hope you're well. Playing Sunshine Forest, you're on your second year. I think yeah, November. We're into our second year now, aren't we? Of course we are. Anyway, come on. Like I said, it's just chill, it's relaxed. I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of this and that, a little bit woo, a little bit way, a little bit, you know, nothing crazy. I just think, like I say, compared to that mod review, this is going to be, just so much easier to do. I am definitely considering doing one of my map tours. I might do a live map tour at some point. Possibly the next map that comes out, depends how complicated it is. We might do a live map tour. Prince Edward Island, Canada? That's seriously cool. Chichester? Cool. France? Nice. We've got people all over the place. AI Farmer? G'day. Milton Keynes? Just up the road. Have I told this story before? When my children were little, there's a big shopping centre at Milton Keynes. And we used to sort of... Oh, there we go. Pete Harnety is on it already. 5 memberships gifted from Pete Harnety. Thank you, Pete, you legend. If you have just received a membership that was gifted by Pete, thank Pete in the chat. What a legend. Staffy Dad, afternoon Paul, you're a ray of sunshine on a day full of thunderstorms. You know what? I just got a thunderstorm warning. On my computer it came up saying thunderstorm warning. Thunder reported nearby. So, you know how it goes? If the man caves gets shocking, don't come a knocking. We should be low enough. There are trees around me. They should get hit before the man cave. I hope. Anyway, we'll find out. Oh dear. You were just testing. Thanks, Pete. It's very kind of you to test the system. I like it. Pennsylvania, Norwich. Yeah, anyway. So, there's a big shopping centre there. So, we every now and again, we would go out to Milton. This was before you had all... Milton Keynes was there a long, long time ago. If you remember that video with... Paul McCartney on roller skates, skating around. That was filmed at Milton Keynes shopping centre. So it's been there a long, long time. And then obviously all the bigger shopping malls, shopping centres have opened since then. So we would take the kids there. My kids, when they were little, referred to it as Milk and Keynes because they didn't know it was for some reason they thought it was to do with milk. I don't know why, but you know what kids are like. They make you laugh, don't they? Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Truck drive from Michigan. Cool, thanks for joining us. Did you secure your power line to the man cave? My power line is shielded and it's got a trip and it's got all the goodness, so we shouldn't. You know what I've done? Can you see there may be a slight problem with my plan? Anyone notice what it might be in the chat? I say this. Whoa, not my crop. Oh, you buffoon. Right. So, at the end of the last episode, we were doing tractor swathing, tractor harvesting. We did all that goodness on this field. I don't know why I'm pointing. This field. I still can't do it right, can I? Down here, this field. So we should. Why is my stuff turned off? What's going on? No. Oh, my field info's off. I was looking at it. Right. Okay. So I've now reseeded this. This has got canola in it. Did I show a clip of that? Can't remember. I have rolled it. It's all good to go. It's not showing weeds now, so we're very happy with that. No, did that say weeds? No, don't say weeds. Go away. Ugh. Anyway, so that's growing. We're all good. Yeah, so what I did wrong... South Louisiana, wow. There are so many places around the world I would love to visit. I just need, you know, just a small thing. I just need a lottery win. Just a small one. You know? I want to travel around the world and visit all these places. There are so many places I really want to go to. And I know I'm never going to get to half of them, but it'd be nice to dream, isn't it? Forward Agricultural Solutions, popping and say hello before bed. Glad to see you well, Sealy. Thank you very much, my friend. If you do go to bed, if you do go to bed, unless you stay awake forever, but when you go to bed, I hope you sleep well. As my dad used to say, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, which is a very peculiar thing. Yeah, anyway. I do need a sugar daddy, you're absolutely right. A wealthy billionaire that's happy to fund my travels. I could do some blogging, yeah. So anyway, what I forgot was the trailer. And unless I do it by hand and start making Thermix ration by hand, I need a trailer, which is probably not a bad idea, is it? Let's grab that. Shall we try that? Let's do that. Yes. Who we got? Storms 1980. Good afternoon from Somerset. Brian Smith. Hello. I hope everyone is well on this. It's weird at the moment because it's quite bright here at the moment. It's been very muggy the last couple of days as well. We missed the massive... We were supposed to get a really big thunderstorm on Friday night, which didn't happen, thankfully, because obviously it freaks Farm Dog out. "10 hours in blends a day, working on the latest after a 2-year hiatus." Wow. Certainly time for some sleep. So, don't forget, people, keep an eye on the likes. If we keep smashing that like button, people, keep smashing it. When we hit 100 likes, I'll show you the hat. And don't get your hopes up. It's not, you know, it's nothing over the top. Don't, you know. Oh, Yoss is in the house. The famous modder Yoss. The famous co-pilot, absolutely. And I was only a co-pilot because I was too injured to walk the distance. It's raining in Reading, Somerset. Yeah, it's going to be a bit ropey. So, our Total Mix ration making facility made from logs. We have now got over there our silage. We've got our hay in here. Oh, I tell you what I'm going to need, a bucket for my telehandler. And in here, this has been chugging away. In Yorkshire, massive downpour and thunder. Oh, it's going to be. Oh dear. Cooler here by Heathrow, but yesterday it was awful. Yeah, it was just. We had the rain yesterday was biblical. It was insane. How are we looking here? Straw 60,000 litres, wheat 18,000 litres, and we still got 246,000 litres of combined swathed crop to run through here. So let's get some straw out. We'll get some hay out, and then I'm going to get a bucket for the telehandler. We're going to sort the cows out. We're going to keep a check on the. We'll go and have a look at our little. I did say herdsman's hut the other day. Herdsperson, is that a thing? I don't know. Herdsman, herds. Oh, you get a shepherd and a shepherdess. And is it a herdswoman? I don't know. Let me know. If you a herdswoman, do you know a herdswoman? If you do, let me know. I don't know. Hello, Tony. How are you? Anyway, sorry, I'm doing it again. But again, it doesn't matter. I say I've got a few bits to do. Nothing crazy. But I thought, if I'm going to do it, let's get people in for a chat. Straw. Let's get that going. Let's get some Tomic's Ration underway. Have I played FS25 on Steam Deck? I haven't, no. Hello from Canada. Hello, Jeremy. Hope you're well. Tractor swathing mod gives you 10% extra on grass as well. That's good. I didn't know that. In the description, it just talks about 30% a lot on your crop. I didn't know with the grass, but that's pretty cool. Let's get a load of this in. Herdsman, the man at the end of the word doesn't mean man, just like the man at the end of woman. I suppose so. It's interesting though, isn't it? Because I know in the world we live in today, any phrase that ends with, you know, whatever it might be, policeman, that kind of, it has to be changed because, I don't know, rightly or wrongly. So that should tip in. That should start to chug away. I can't remember how much this holds. Where's our thing? Is it to the side here? It's here somewhere. There we go. TMR. Oh, okay. That's. Oh, our Tomic's Ration is already showing it's already showing our hay in here, so I won't have to move any hay. That's cool. Oh, 1,250,000 litres. I won't have to worry. I think we'll be fine. Ah, dearie me. What's your roadcraft? Would 100% support you if I did a second channel. That's awesome. Thank you very much. For the people that were asking for roadcraft, I did some roadcraft videos. I've done a couple today. One yesterday, one today. That should have gone live. DJ Goham's in the chat. Hello, DJ. Hope you are well. Nice of you to join us. Thank you very much. I'm looking well after my trip away. Thank you very much. Today, answer as a percentage, I was around 80%. I'm about 85, heading towards 90. Live streaming always makes me feel, you know, it gets me buzzing. I like it. This is the first day in 5-6 weeks, if not longer. I am, and I'm hitting my desk pain-free. No pain in my back, no pain in my lower back, no Battlestar sciatica, none of it. I feel good. And it's amazing how feeling good makes you realise how bad you felt. You know, I wish I'd have felt like this when we were away at FarmCon, when we were in Austria and we then went to Poland and Germany, Poland, because I was in so much pain. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, I know. So, don't worry, Damien, we haven't done anything. We were waiting for you to get here. It's all good. Forget the DIY jobs. I'm the same. I've got a list of stuff as long as my arm, and I don't have the hours in the day to do it. So unless someone wants to come over and do it for free, I've got a ton of stuff. Building work. Know a builder? Come and do some building. Anyway, so yeah, feeling good. Is it worth splitting up your mod reviews to individual videos and post them either on the main channel or as shorts? Short, so you can 3 minutes. On most of the mods, you can't get them done in 3 minutes. Thank you, DJ. Thank you to everyone. That's you know. Yeah, it's a difficult one. We had a long conversation about this. Anyway, so yeah, I need mineral feed. I forgot about mineral feed. Haven't made any. I will just have to buy some. There. Hey, it's just money. I can make some more. I can sell some products or a kidney or something. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I know no one is worried about it, but just in case you were. In case you were thinking, what's he going to do? Hang on a minute, I was going to get a trailer and I suddenly realised I've got a herdsman stick somewhere, haven't I? When I got the sheep. I'm sure I did. Anyway, let's open this up. We'll go and check on the shed. I said this was going to be Carol's construction and there we go. We're looking good. Good, that didn't open the whole thing. Let's go and check over here. Thank you, Caroline. No, Rover. Someone said to me about because when I got stung, if you watched the video, when I got stung on the leg by that thing, whatever it was, a week and a half later, my leg swelled up and got itchy and painful. That was bizarre. And people said, "Oh, was I limping because of that?" I was limping because of the pain. I was taking painkillers constantly for a week and a half, and And it's just, oh my days, yeah. So anyway, so from where we started off, we had the little posts down low. The little posts have now become longer posts, and we've got our foundation platform, and this will continue going from here. So this will be the hurdy-gurdy mushroom man hat. Hat, not hat. Hut. Hut's the word I was looking for. I told you it was going to be relaxed. You know what I should have done? MrSealyp brought me a coffee out. I should have had a beer. It's a Sunday afternoon. What time is it? If someone said to me, "Do you fancy popping out for a pint Sunday afternoon?" It'd be no different, would it? I should have had a pint. It's all good. Hello, Shannon. Hope you're well. Hello, Mike. It's always good to get a MrSealyp fix on a Sunday, isn't it? I don't think my kids would agree with you, but, you know. So, that's all looking good. That's looking good. I need to find my herdsman stick. I don't know where I put it. I can check in menus and things like that. Where in the world did I leave my... Oh, you know what we'll do? While we're here, let's get on to telehandler tools. We need a bucket. Oh, we only got that, haven't we? 2,640. Oh, we'll lease that. I thought I had one. I think I just leased it last time and gave it back. The other thing we're going to need as well is, let's go right down to the bottom. It's easier than searching around. We need mineral feed, which will probably be under this category here. Will it? I'm going to go liftable. Of course I am. Because it's me. And if you don't like liftable stuff, you don't have to use liftable stuff. It's absolutely fine. Flood warnings. I thought we were talking about. I was saying I live on a hill. If we get a flood warning, we're in trouble. It's end of days if we get a flood warning here. Hello from Hot NC. What's in, is that New? That's not NYC, is it? New York City. Hello, Cher. Hope you're well. Faz TV. Hello. Oh, man, it's lovely. It's lovely to chat to people. Yeah, the B word. Trouble is, I'm back on keto. I'm ketoing again after the FarmCon trip. I'm ketoing. I'm hoping to be half the man I am now when we do Llama. So when we do Llama Kartek, share. Anyone else who comes to Llama this year, I'm hoping people are going to turn up and go, what the? Yeah, that's the plan. I've also got some more walk and talks in mind. We'll get on to that. We'll talk about those. We'll walk and talk about those at some point. Oh, North Carolina. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, so the beer's terrible for it, isn't it? That's the only downside is, yeah. Did I buy one of these? I can't remember. I think we just need... Should we get one or two? It only needs a little bit, doesn't it? Oh, you know what? Let's go 4. It's only 4 grand. Like I say, I can sell a kidney. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not sure where to do the next one. I've got some ideas. I think we're about doing Whippendale Woods. It's placing it. I haven't done Whippendale Woods yet. The trouble is with Whippendale Woods, phone coverage and stuff is not great there. I know when I used to do my Paris 10 training, all my phone stuff for tracking your activity I used to get gaps there, so I'm not sure. We'll see. Oat milk to keep the doctor happy. Oh, I don't mind milk. I mean, on keto, you can have a certain amount of fat and stuff in your diet. That's fine. Where have I left? Oh, it's all over there. I hope you don't mind the walk. Let's have. I mean, we're walking and talking now, aren't we? That's cool. So we'll grab that. I'll go and grab the mineral feed. Then we'll grab the bucket. We'll move the silage over. We'll do that. And then we'll get the herdsman stick, we'll get some cows over. Now, the problem with the pen I put in, it's weird. It's got a bit that looks like you can take milk out. But it's not showing milk in the actual category. So, and this is what I keep saying about, you know, farming simulator generally. Who was I talking to the other day? Was it Alana? Somebody messaged me directly and was saying about the amount of problems. I said the problem is if you look at FS19 to 22 to 25, look how much more stuff is available in the game to do on 25. With more stuff comes more problems, unfortunately. It would be nice if they were all fixed, but unfortunately they're not. That's just the way it is. I suppose, yes, no, it's Cambridgeshire, you'll get flood warnings. Anywhere where it's flat, low-lying. Yep. Hello, Mighty Foot, hope you're well. Yeah, I don't know about whether there's things missing. I I mean, I'm not really experiencing any real issues. Right, so if we go to our cow pasture here, I tried to put in a manure heap and I tried to put in a slurry tank. Now, I don't know if I need the animals in first. I placed 2 off camera the other day, and it kept showing there was nothing there, so I don't know about that. It says productivity straw and doesn't mention milk. Now, these are pastures, but they are part of a pack. If we go into here, we will see if you watch the episode when I placed these. Now, these, obviously, the top ones here, that says, attention, this is a breeding barn. These don't say attention. One comes with water provided, one comes without water provided. But it doesn't mention not being for milk, so I'm not sure. We'll see, I don't know. I can't find a decent map. Tricks 1989 sent 5 gift memberships. Awesome. Cool beans, thank you very much. You legend. If you've just received a gift membership, that's from Tricks 1989. How cool is that? Thank Tricks in the chat. Don't forget to smash that like button. You're absolutely right, Loungefly. Thank you very much. Smash that like button, people. You know how it all works. I haven't got out my because I'm drinking coffee, not just water today. I haven't got my MrSealyp mug out. I should have used my MrSealyp pint glass, shouldn't I? Anyway. Yes, I'm not sure. No manure or slurry, so that won't work because it's a pasture. But you can get milk. I might put some milk cows in and we'll just see what happens. I suppose at the end of the day it can't hurt, can it? Hello, Tony. Hope you're well. Welcome to Crazy Clubs. Yes, if you've just been gifted a membership, welcome to the Crazy Club. Like I keep saying, just like before, but a little bit more. So if you were a silly peep before, just by dint of following my channel, subscribing, if you're not subscribed, and that's an interesting one. Like I say, I don't dive into my analytics very often, but because of lots of conversations that happened around FarmCon with different content creators and about ways of streamlining. How do you know if you received a membership on here? It should come up. It says further up, it says Rover received, Matt Watts, Colby Kester. So it will come up with your name if you received one, and you'll go green, I think, because you'll become one, which is very, very cool. Anyway, yeah, so look at the analytics. It's still, and it's not just me. I was watching ViceScript Garage the other day, and Derek Bieri's got like millions of subscribers, and even he said most content creators will say over 50 to 60% of their subscribers, of their viewers, are not subscribed. It makes no sense. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. I know subscribers is just it's an arbitrary number. It's that thing to say I've got this many subscribers. What's more important to a content creator is views. It's whether people are watching your channel or not. I suppose that is the more important metric to be paying attention to. From St Albans, that's just up the road. 93 likes. Come on, make it 100 and I'll put on the hat. You can have a look at the hat. New members have to get the drinks in. Yeah, in the did we decide it was a dungeon? Was it a dungeon? It wasn't a basement, was it? I can't remember what it was now, because there was all that weird talk in one of the live streams about what happens in the dungeons. Views, I mean, likes, don't get me wrong, smashing that like button really helps. Views and likes absolutely more than subscribers. If you smash that like button, it tells YouTube people are liking this. If people are liking it, other people might like it. You would think that YouTube would think, you know, anyone that's posting content, maybe people will like this. I don't know. It just seems a bit weird, but it's the way of the world, isn't it? Having problems getting the Discord account accepted. That's weird. You might need to... One of my Discord moderators might be able to help with that. I'm not quite sure what could be causing the issue. As people are very aware, and probably should be, are by now, I'm an analog man in a digital world. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Crazy Irish UDL. I've been a peep since FS19, and your daughter played with you. She did. She absolutely did. MrSealyp did say, and this is not set in stone because obviously it depends on scheduling and whatnot, next weekend if we live stream next weekend, MrSealyp said she might join me for a live stream, so she'll play off from indoors on her PlayStation. I was trying to work out a way maybe one time Silly G could have a go, but obviously she's working, she's very busy. 124 likes? That jumped up quick. Oh, that's cool. Hello John Freeman, hope you are well. We've got lots of channel members joining us, which is absolutely awesome. We've got lots of non-channel. You know what, it doesn't matter. If you're joining us, that's cool. Smash the like button. J-Bot's in the house. Hello J-Bot. The boss be joining the boss. Lots of bosses like a Bosch. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing better for streaming. I sat yesterday, and yesterday I had a day for me, even though I still made videos. I thought, you know what? I'm going to play some Roadcraft because I haven't played for ages. So I'm going to play some Roadcraft. So I was playing, I thought, I'll record, which is awesome. That's very cool. There we go. That's our mineral feed. Sorted. So what I'm going to do now is just put this to one side and we'll go and get the bucket. J-Bot. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Savaloy. Hope you're well. J-Bot's a legend. J-Bot is an absolute legend. And they all are. Hello Dale, hello. Old school Silly people as well. Be cool for nostalgia to see you and Silly G get on it for a bit. I am really trying. I keep pushing her. I keep asking her, and you still get the shrug. Was she 22 now? Yeah, it was her 22nd birthday the other day, wasn't it? I suppose she's a woman now, isn't she? Maybe at some point. Also is MrSealyp, but you know. So, and then I think, like I say, if we do some walk and talks, I might try and get MrSealyp out. We'll do some walk and talks together, maybe, which would be quite nice. Because there's something cool I want to show you when we do a next walk and talk. But I don't want to. I'd say spoil the surprise. Again, spoil the surprise. Oh, the hat, yeah. Just saw you where I live. What? Take a fan. What map is this? Come on now. Come on now. If you're a Silly Peep, you should know. You should be watching, shouldn't you? Hello, Chad. Hope you're well. You know what? I had an idea with that cart track builder. I had an idea for something the other day, which I might do. Whether I do it live stream or just do it as a video, but I had a plan. And I started prepping for it, and then, yeah. Again, I'm not going to give it away. Caroline, you can't come into my chat. Hang on, let me just get the pointy finger. You're gonna get the pointy finger of doom. You can't come into my chat and tell someone else you like their videos. That's not cool. Don't tell DJ that. He's got a big enough head as it is. That's assuming he's still watching. If he's still in the chat, he pops in every now and again. No, I'm kidding, Caroline. It's fine. Of course it is. Of course it is. Watch whoever you want, whenever you want. That's absolutely fine. The only thing I don't like about FS25 is the having to crouch to the limb in forestry, which didn't have to do in FS22. My arthritis makes it hard for me. Am I planning to go to Agritechnica? No, I'm not. I did Agritechnica, when was it, 2019? Blimey, that was a while ago. And it was phenomenal. That's because we were doing Farm Sim League and I was doing commentating. So Giants flew us out to do the commentating. Agritechnica was just mind-blowing. I know DJ and Cop went. I know OmaTana did last year and she's doing this year. I think OmaTana might be going again. I know I'm joking, Caroline. I'm kidding, honestly. Did you really crash a tractor at Lindner? I didn't crash a tractor. No, that was Farmer Cop's video. They nearly did. It was insane. You could go into the tractor driving because I was in so much pain with my back and stuff. I couldn't. Loungefly, Mr. P, breakfast time. Have a great day. In with the $20. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you and very generous. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Yeah. So you could go and do tractor driving. I think I mentioned this in the last live stream, and every event we've been to, when we did class, class didn't have tractor driving. I don't know if they did at Mannheim at John Deere, because I didn't go to that one. But oh, sorry, Max, did I miss yours? Hello, Max. I apologise. My back's feeling much better. Yeah, but at Deutz and Fendt you could drive tractors, which was cool. Fendt, there was a whole debacle with content creators, but I'm not going to get into that. So at Lintner, tractor driving, very, very cool. All the other events, you get in the tractor with an employee of the company, Deutz, Fendt, whoever it might be, because obviously tractors and things are expensive. Now, Lintners are fairly expensive because they're all custom built, pretty much hand built. There's no big production line, it's not automated or anything like that. You had to sign a waiver and then they just let you get in it and drive. Not with an employee, and they were letting people were hammering these things, absolutely hammering them. I don't know what they were thinking, but they were. So people were absolutely barreling around them. Anyway, hello from the Netherlands. How wonky the camera gets when carrying an object. Yeah, a little bit. It's a small thing. Which map? We're back to that again. Which map are we on? Come on now. Come on. If you're a Sealyp, you should know. You should be watching my Let's Plays. And again, I get it, people are busy and it might not be your cup of tea. I'm on Sunshine Forest. So this will go into the Sunshine Forest Let's Play. This is episode 25 technically. But I thought I was going to do all this stuff. And I thought, should I do it on camera as a little montage? Should I do it on camera at the start of an episode? And then I thought, you know what? No, let's do it. Yeah, you know what? It's funny when you say about Volvo cars, because we've got Volvo in game, and obviously we've got the Skoda stuff. When they put out the stuff for Highlands fishing, now this was something FSG mentioned, right? It's referred to as the Highlands, right? The Highlands of Scotland, but it's Highland fishing, not Highlands fishing. It would be Highland fishing, not Highland. I don't know. Anyway, probably just a typo. Anyway, yeah, it's in the title. We're on Sunshine Forest. So I just thought, yeah, we'd just do some things, you know. Now I could just go backwards and forwards with this, but I don't know why I put the trailer so far away. What was I? That's not very effective. Who was it that kept telling me off? I'm talking way back, and it was every time we did an episode, if I kept lining things up in a really poor location, I would get told off. Because it wasn't efficient. So I need to be more efficient. So if I'm going to be more efficient, what I need to do is swing this round here. Let's get to the corner just there. Swing that out like that. That's better. Orsa? What the? Orsa 1305 in with the 10 gift memberships, people. 10! Thank you so much. You did that before, Orsa, didn't you? You have done that before. If you've just received a gift membership, that's from Orsa. Massive thank you and shout out to Orsa, you legend. Thank you very much. That's very, very cool. It was Steve. It probably was Steve. Steve's always having a go at me. Steve. Anyway, yeah, this will be more efficient, won't it? So I'm not going miles and miles that way. I can just go from the side, turn to that. I'm probably still coming a bit further over, but that's better. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Orsa. Absolute star. So yeah, like I say, it's just relax. It's just a chance for me to get some of this done, and you guys to come in and chat. Oh, I didn't put the hat on, did I? We went over 100 likes, didn't we? We did, didn't we? Yes, we did. Hello, Craig boy. Hope you're well. Steve is hello, Ryan Sills. Hope you're well. No relation, by the way. I watch Squidmar Miniatures, and Squidmar Miniatures, they do that on one of their channels. They have a go. Is it Steve they say on theirs? I can't remember now. And that's the generic term for a person or the people that complain about stuff. So when you're content creating, and in your mind when you're making content and you're thinking, I'm doing this but I know people are going to complain about it, I just did that, I know people are going to complain about it, and that's how your mind works. So what they do on their videos is they refer to Steve, and they kind of negate that by saying, we've just done this. It's basically like, shut up Steve, you know, we don't care what you think, that kind of thing. It just became a thing, so it just popped into my head. 1,000 likes in this lederhosen. No, not going to happen. I'm not going to ask if this is farming DLC for Roadcraft. I mean, SnowRunner has farming on it, which is pretty cool. I do like that. Hello. Yeah, we're all doing well. Everyone, this is very cool. It's the internet. Of course people are going to complain. That's the thing. So anyway, again, whoever it was that gave me this, bought me this and gave this to me at FarmCon, I am so sorry. I spoke to and interacted with so many people. What was cool this time as well was the amount of content creators that came up and modders that came up. DMI, or yeah, what are they called now? Something Innovation. Dutch. Is it Dutch Modding Innovation? Dutch? No, it's something else. Anyway, they came to talk to me. I'd said this before. There were so many Creative Mesh and Hellraiser and all different people. Anyway, and obviously the famous modder Yoss, who was there anyway. He's hangs out with, and OmaTana, of course, who's an absolute legend. So I got given this. This. Look at that. I absolutely love it. Set that way. And I have to have the back up on my hat so I don't, you know. Oh, that should protect the back of my neck, but I think it's lightweight. It's like a fabric-y. I know it's fabric, it's a hat, isn't it? But you know what I mean? There you go. That's for the 100 likes. I'm not going to keep it on too long because I'll get too hot, but I think it's very, very cool. Look at that. Hey? Hi. There we go. So there you go. What do you reckon? What do you reckon to that? I'll keep it on for a bit. We'll keep it on. OmaTana is an absolute legend, and she is the nicest person. I can't, you know, I started to say that earlier when I was saying about people being legends, car tech and that kind of stuff. It's perfect for all the sun we get in the UK. Absolutely. I think what I'm going to use it for is when it's raining really heavily, it stops the rain going down my neck because it will just pour off the sides like a waterfall. I think that's what it's going to be for. Yoss is the pancake king. It is very me. I don't mean to brag, but I've always suited hats. Whatever hat it might be, I have one of those faces that you could punch all day long. No, it just I suit hats. Don't know why. I don't mind me a hat, and this is actually quite nice, and it's lined as well, which is weird because you think it's a sun hat. I suppose you could use it. It's got almost like a not felt. What's the word I'm looking for? Fleece. It's got like a fleece lining. Thank you, sheep. It's very kind of you. Hello, Sabrina. Hope you're well. The hat is on fire. Awesome. Right, let me carry on doing this. Like I say, it's almost, you know, when I'm doing streams like this, it's almost irrelevant what I'm doing on screen. I really don't mind what I'm doing. We are still doing some farming. It's more about the chat. It's more about saying hello to people and being involved with the community. My favourite style hat is called Newsboy. Oh yeah, Newsboy. You mean like a flat cap, that kind of thing? There's all sorts of flat cap styles as well. I've got my... Oh, I left it indoors, didn't I? I've got my lovely... my Stetson, which is not a cowboy Stetson. I think I wore it in one of the videos before. It's one of my favourite hats. I've got my Indiana Jones replica hat, which again is that's up there with one of my favourite hats of all time. I love wearing those hats. But anyway. Thank you, T-Bro. Yeah, fishing. Oh, you know what? You say that. Up here, you can't see it because it's actually pinned up on my thing. One of my subscribers, way back, who lives in America, runs a company. I don't know if they're a fishing company or they just make lures, or whether it's a fishing tackle shop. But they make the lures and stuff. And he made a range of lures in MrSealyp green, and he sent me a couple. I was absolutely blown away. They're up in my man cave. They're up on, but they're stapled onto. I can't take them down at the moment. But yeah, the old bush hat, fishing hats. I like them. Anyway, I'm starting to get quite warm. The 60s New York. Yeah, I've got a couple of big ones. I have got. It belongs to my father-in-law. God rest his soul. Lovely, lovely guy. And it's a Harris tweed one. And each panel is a different colour. Oh, it's gorgeous. So nice. That belonged to him. And when he passed, my mother-in-law said to me, would you like it? And I love it. That's another one. I very rarely wear that one because it's very special. I like it a lot. Anyway, Clacton on Sea. Oh man, I remember as a kid, Clacton was the place to go. My dad. I'm going to tell it after it's hot. My dad used to refer to it as Clanton. I don't know why, Clanton. My kids used to go there because my brother and my mother and father moved from where we live now out into the depths of Essex. So I used to go to Clacton. My kids in the summer holidays would go and spend most of the summer holidays with their cousins and my mum and dad, their grandparents, and they would go and do day trips and stuff, and they would always do at least a day, if not more, at Clacton. They absolutely loved it. Oh, honestly, I cannot believe how much better I feel with no back pain. It's been so long, it's been so bad, I just got used to it. And I was saying to MrSealyp today, I got up this morning, jumped in the shower, didn't jump in the shower, but got in the shower, started showering, and suddenly thought, as I was moving, I kept wincing, you know that thing, and I get up out of a chair, keep thinking, oh no, I'm going to get that pain shoot up my back, or, you know, and for ages I haven't been able to stand up straight. I've been kind of stooped a little bit. Oh, it's so much better. Have you seen the Highland cows yet? You know, it's interesting because Giants, I said Giants have got to be careful because they put a new animal, Highland cows. It's not a new animal, it's a new breed. We've got cows in game. It's just a new breed of cow. It's a breed, not an animal. Anyway, that's just me. It's not a rant. It was just a mini complaint. Actually, this is taking me ages to fill this up, but it doesn't matter. And we'll get the cows. We'll get those in. What time is it? I've completely lost track. I started at 2:45 already. Good gracious. MrSealyp Green would be great for lake trout and pike fishing. I've never been a fisherman. I did a little bit of fishing when I was a younger lad, when I was in the Scouts, when I was a scout. Before I became an air cadet, I was in the Scouts, and they used to have an annual fishing competition. And I borrowed a load of fishing gear because I wanted to take part in it. I didn't know a lot about it. And one of my best mates, Paul Humphreys, was with me on the riverbank. He was on the next bit across, and turned out my keep net had a hole in it. So he let me use his keep net. We put all our fish into one, and we sort of shared it. I think we came third or something, so we shared the prize. I mean, it didn't matter because I didn't do a lot of fishing. So anyway, I've been doing a lot more exercises. I've got this whole thing I do now, and it's a load of exercises you can do either in the sitting position, but it's getting up from sitting. And as the keto kicks in more, obviously I'm going to be getting out more. What I really want to do, when we were in Poland, because we were staying in Germany but visiting Poland, so we were bouncing backwards and forwards across the border, and we were up at what I can only describe as a holiday seaside destination in both locations, in Germany and in Poland. The amount of people riding bikes along the esplanades, and it was glorious, and it made me really miss cycling. I cycled as a youngster and a young man a lot, because I thought about what I might do if once I've lost a bit more weight again, get back out on the bike, and I might do a couple of rides. So like a what would I call it? Not a walk and talk. I'll have a think about that. Well, you know, but a ride. We can do it on the bike. Fix a camera to the bike, and I can have it on me. I can turn it backwards and forwards and track, and I thought that'd be quite cool. We could do that. Anyway, just an idea. Hello, Welsh Sniper. How are you? Sorry, I'm just keeping it on chat. You were that giant, so very proud of the red double-decker bus. We don't know in the high. Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it? That I think Giants for the first time. See, what they normally do is when they bring out their maps are generic for a location. Hello, Tom. Tom and Nico. If you remember when I did my Spakovo Let's Play, Tom messaged me because I had a load of blueberries from my greenhouse. Tom has a... I'm going to get it wrong again. Not a bearded dragon. What? Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I've forgotten. Ride and Confide. Awesome, J-Bot. I'm nicking that. Don't copyright it, will you? A Ride and Confide. I like that. And he said that Nico loves blueberries and could he have some. So in my Let's Play I delivered blueberries for Nico. So Nico's joined us. Thank you very much. My back is feeling much better. I don't want to tempt fate, but it is feeling much better. It's interesting. It doesn't seem to be... Oh, well, no, that'll fill up as we start producing, I think. Let's get this, at least get some underway. Right, we're going. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello, everyone. Don't want to keep doing it. I haven't even got any hair. I don't want to even bother anymore. What happened with FSL? I don't know. Giants stopped doing it. I think they lost one of their big sponsors. I think it was Cortiva. I think Cortiva pulled the plug and said they didn't want to do it anymore. They had some smaller sponsors, but I just don't think Giants couldn't afford to run it as it was. I don't think. Where were we? There we go. So we have got a little bit of each. We should be able to now turn that on, and we should start getting some total mixed rations. We're off. Total mixed ration on the go. Nice. So, Farm Sim Daddy. If there's any modders in chat, I want an undo button in build and landscaping modes. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've said that for a long time. It would make life easier. What are your thoughts on horses working for... You know what? I said that as well. When we got a lot of the more handheld stuff, we got a lot of smaller stuff, and obviously horses in game. I said, how cool would it be to have horse-drawn equipment? People did say that, I don't know whether you can't do it, Giants wouldn't allow it. I'm not too sure what the reason was. I think it was something to do with Peter as well, because that whole thing of animals being used for, I don't know. I know it has happened through it. It's not, you can't just erase history. You can't say it didn't happen, pretend it didn't happen. Of course it did, and there are still horse-drawn equipment and equipment drawn by oxen and all different animals. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know. I think it would be very, very cool. So yes, I'm going to get my SimTask wheel and joystick next week. Cool beans! It's very, very cool. Actually, saying that, I haven't got mine plugged in. How remiss of me. I sat down, got everything ready for doing my stream and forgot. The Amish version, yeah, that'd be very cool. Thank you, Rabbitman39. I am feeling a lot better. The wheel is a game changer. The joystick is just... Oh, yeah. I understand your issue. I've been bouncing between sciatica and back problems for 3 years. Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? And then once the weight starts to come off again, and I had that before, I got to a point where I wanted to do more. I was feeling more energetic and I wanted to get out, and you know, that's when the walk and talks will pick up again. FSG's already informed Giants about the bus colours being wrong. There are some coaches and bits and bobs on there, but yeah, there's stuff going on. Yeah, so I just think, yeah, get out on the bike, do a bit more walking, some more walk and talks. Just, I don't know. What we got? My father-in-law went to Clacton-on-Sea. Took a long time to drive with him. 4 girls. One of the girls who sat on my wife when they were a child. Ooh, okay. Then they came home. Oh, I have a Clacton story too. It is a bearded dragon. I was right. Yes! The map contests. They did have map contests. People would submit. Oh, someone actually asked in the chat earlier what was my favourite map. I don't know is the answer. There are a lot of maps that I really, really like that I haven't played on yet. I was actually talking to Hydra earlier on about that very same thing, because Hydra's trying to work out what map to move on to on our Discord server, for one of the multiplayer servers, and I'm trying to decide what my next Let's Play is going to be on, and I've been waiting for that map that goes, you know. To be fair, both the ones by, how have I forgotten? I've just completely blanked. Clone Friesland and Rotterdam Island. I like both of those. Both by the Marnock's mapping. I might do one of those. Spectacle Island is a quality map, J-Bot. You're absolutely bang on. Of the ones that are out so far, I still think Pelenia is a lovely map. I think some of the Polish maps are really, really beautiful. I really do have a thing for the Polish maps. I like them a lot. Clone Friesland is a great map. Oh! Was that thunder? Oh, the rain's picking up. I don't know if you can see. Oh no, the camera's at a different angle. I've got the door to the man cave open just to let a bit of breeze through. It starts thunder and lightning. I'm going to need a thunder buddy. Who will be my thunder buddy? I'm stuck on this screen. Anyway, right, so we're up to, wow, we're up to 6,000 litres of total mixed ration already. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is, let's take this back. Where did I leave my herdsman stick? Oh, Italia Demo. I loved that map. That was another absolute cracker. Really, really nice. There have been some awesome ones. Oh no, I need to let something slip then. There is a map coming. I'm just going to say, there is a map coming. It's in the works. I can't give any more information away. All I'm going to say is this: when it comes out, I am playing on it 100%. 100% when it comes out. I can't give any more away than that, because I'll get in trouble. Farm Sim Briscoe's great map coming soon. That'd be cool. What is the first thing you would like to change in FS if you were Giant's CEO? Oh, blimey, that's a big thing, isn't it? Because there's a lot of stuff, I guess. I know it's a small thing. I would definitely bring back animals, the animal troughs and stuff, leaving food behind. Like when you have to push up when you're feeding cows, the cows make a mess when they're feeding, and they push their feed away, and you have to push up. Because we used to have those Lely Vector. Remember the robots that would go on the front? That was FS 19. Was it the Lely? Was it Vectors that went along the front? I would bring that back, definitely. Being able to throw a ball, being able to throw anything. I don't know why they took the throwing function away. What else would I do? It's difficult because I'm not a coder, I'm not a modder, I'm not a map maker. There's a lot of intricacies and things. I think people generally seem to think it's a click your fingers thing. I want this, click your finger, make it happen. It's not that straightforward. Everything has to interact with everything else. And unlike a lot of games, so people say, oh yeah, but on such and such a game, you can do this. But when you look at that particular game, you can do that and some other bits and bobs, but not much else, you know? So it's that thing of, whilst you can, like SnowRunner is great. And everyone, you know, I would love to have the SnowRunner mud. I would love to have proper mud. When it rains, it gets slick. You get a little bit of it now, but like proper, you know. But SnowRunner, it's not, you know, when you think about what Farming Simulator does and has to do and has to cope with and has to run and process, other games don't have to do as much across an entire map and remember it all and store it all and change it all when you change it. It's a lot going on. Anyway, yeah. If you can convince someone to redo Spectacle Islands map. Honestly, I haven't heard from Jim in a long time. Italian demo is now called Etruria and is available only for PC. I didn't know that. Okay. They haven't removed the throwing function. Just hold down your X button for 5 seconds. Really? Is that a thing? I didn't know that. Why has no one told me that before? And this is the, so Jim's just put, they didn't take away the frame function, it's just you console guys aren't getting access to everything. Now Giant said this once before and it's ludicrous because I've played plenty of games like Construction Simulator where you can press, for example, the X button, whatever it might, I'm not just saying for example, and that will open up a menu, like a round menu, and you can pick options off that menu. So it, not exponentially, but it opens up more options that your controller can do. Giant said, because we said about hazard lights, why have we not got 4-way flashers, hazard lights? There's no button configuration for it. Of course there is. Of course you can do a button configuration for it. If other games can do it, then absolutely you can. And it's the same with that. There are button configurations that can be done, things that can be mapped. That, I'm sorry, I don't believe that's even, you know. Did I miss Richard Dower? Where's Richard Dower? Hello, Richard. John Knight. There's loads of people. Hello, Rick Vessels. If I missed you earlier, I apologise. Realistic livestock mods on PC. Oh, yeah, for consoles. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. You can't map your own buttons on console, unfortunately. No. I say unfortunately. I don't care. I mean, I play the game and I'm happy doing what I do. I think. If I was on PC, I would be completely overwhelmed. There's so much stuff you can do. Oh no, what I was going to do was, let's go into what I want. No, here. Let's go to hand tools, miscellaneous. No. Oh yeah, animals. Herdsman stick. I have got a herdsman stick. No, I want that. Let's come down to there. Let's go to there. Where's me herdsman stick? Where is it on the map? Show me, people. Show me. Oh no, it's not under here, is it? It'll be under hand tools. Won't it? Maybe not. No. I know I've got one. Make sure you change the cow pasture if you want milk, or find the trigger. I don't know. Well, I'll put some in. If the milk cows don't produce any milk, fine. Where's my herdsman? Is it over here? Oh, there it is. It's right there. Look. We've got it. We're good. Now, shall I drive up or should we walk up? Let's walk up. Here it is. I have got it. We'll take a wander. Let's grab some cows, get some cows in. Once we've got the cows in, we'll put the Tommy's ration in. And we should be good. Yeah. Oh, was it in the other list? It's funny because like, when I'm playing just me, and I was thinking, I found it the other day. When I was doing stuff, I found it. There's an incredible amount of pressure when you're live streaming, and I'm looking to the right, and there's my chat is like, hang on a minute, why is that? No. Should have been on live chat, not on. Oh blimey, it's been on top chat, not live chat the whole time. If I've missed your message, I'm so sorry. Manual attach would be cool. There's a whole load of stuff that could be added in, I think, which would be absolutely fantastic. Did you? I'm sorry, Storms. I do apologise. Oh, if you put it in the comments, if I haven't read through all the comments, so I don't always get through them all, unfortunately. Yeah, you know what? I do wonder that. I know when mods come out, and obviously doing mods on console takes a lot longer for me because I don't have access to a load of stuff. And I know when I talk to DJ and I see some of the mods on PC, I look and sometimes think if those mods had come out on console, I would be having a breakdown because I honestly don't know how I would work out. There are so many that have all complicated functions and change things, and all of those would be separate mod reviews, I think, in their own right. I honestly think they would be. Crazy Irish, enjoy the rest of your day, and everyone else, take care, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Anyone else who has, well, if you've already left, you won't know, but are leaving soon, thank you for joining us. It's absolutely awesome. Share's back. So we haven't done anything, Share. We were just waiting. We were waiting for you to come back. We haven't really talked about much. Holding X on PS5 doesn't work. Okay. I haven't got a dog. I suppose we could place a dog. Should we place a dog and try it? Is it worth? Should we get a dog? We haven't got a farm dog. We can try it, can we? Realistic weather and livestock are awesome, but very in depth. Yeah, I don't know. It's I guess you just, you know, Sunday dinner is cooking. Don't know what we're having for dinner actually. Haven't got that far yet. Watchman gets splattered by train. Herdsman stick sent flying. So I'm going to go with some limousines and some Angus because I was going to do meat, because obviously the premise of this whole Let's Play and story is we are working for the ministry, we're setting stuff up, we're getting ready for a workforce to come into the area, whatever they're going to do, and they need to have stuff. They need to have resources, food, farming up and running, fields planted, so if someone comes in then to continue the farming and keep them going, they can. So we need meat, but milk wouldn't be a bad idea either. We are getting goat milk already, but I will try with some milkers and we'll see. Let's go over to our livestock. Just want to thank you, MrSealyp. My dad kept playing FS until his unfortunate passing. He had 1,400 hours in game, drove my mum bonkers. That is so cool. I love that. Apologies. Apologies? Well, yeah. For your loss. I don't know when it was, but that's very, very cool. I like that. I want to keep playing as long as I can. Just keep going. What happened to a Scroft collaboration? I don't know. You have to speak to Scroft. No. Well, yeah, we did talk about doing something, didn't we? We were supposed to be doing something. We haven't yet. I'm not quite sure why, but... So, we're going to go with... I can't remember how many our thing holds. Not this, the pen. Go with 10 of those. We're going to go with 10 of those. Actually, no, we will do. Then we're going to go with 5 of them. Going to go with 5 of them. I mean, get some young ones in as well. 5 of them. 5 of them. And then we'll go Holsteins. I'll go with, so we'll go with 6. We'll go with 6 of them. And we'll just see what happens. We'll see if we do get any milk. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. Controlling refunds on placeables should be base game, especially given how much awkward it is to play stuff on consoles. Yeah, probably. Have I seen Clarkson's Farm new series? If so, what are your feelings? A lot of people. My dad passed away just before FS25 was released. He would have loved the game. I'm sorry to hear that, Patrick. It's cool that you play though. I think it's absolutely awesome. If you hold your PS5, we'll get a dog. We'll try that in a minute, Storms. We'll give it a go. Right, so we should have all of our animals in here. Let's head over and unload them. We'll put some top mix ration in. We get milk, we get milk. If we don't, we don't. Yeah, so anyway, I'm supposed to be doing something with Scroft. Me and MrSealyp were supposed to be doing stuff with Scroft and Beanie. Again, everyone's busy, and it's finding the time and trying to hook up and get that all sorted out. I know what will happen. We'll get to Llama. We'll talk about it again at Llama, face to face. Say, yeah, we'll definitely do something. It'll have been a year by Llama from the last time I saw him. And we'll talk about, yeah, let's definitely collab. I'm supposed to be doing a collaboration with Farmer Cop at some point. We're talking about that when we're at FarmCom, doing a collaboration series. I don't know how, but anyway. Making alcohol, I would love to. I'd love to have a brewery. Giants just won't do it. Anyway, so, yes, what I was going to say, we were talking about Clarkson's Farm, weren't we? So, lots of people are hailing it as the best series so far. It's awesome, it's funny, it's blah, blah, blah. I personally found it a bit contrived. Whereas the first series especially was basically just whatever was happening kind of got filmed, I think. And then once they realised what a massive hit they had on their hands, they went into Season 2. And Season 2 was a bit like that, but there were some bits, not that they're scripted, but some things did seem a bit forced. I just found this season, of all of them, to be the most forced. Don't get me wrong, there were some funny bits. There really were some funny bits. But I don't know, I enjoyed it, but not as much as previous series. Yeah. You're absolutely right. There you go, JDM. That's what I was just saying. The first one felt more, yeah, documentary. They were just documenting what was happening. Now they're performing. It did seem more, you know, all that stuff before it came out, you know, Caleb's left the farm, Clarkson's had to get a new farmer, and it was that female, that young girl, and there was all this stuff in the press, and it was like, oh, it's been done on purpose, it's been done to push ratings, and it was, because what actually transpired was she was there to help while Caleb was doing his tour. He hadn't left the farm. It was all just nonsense, and give her a due, she was phenomenal. She was absolutely incredible. There was a lot of talk, people saying, oh, it's typical, you know, why would they do that? Why would they push that as an agenda? There was no agenda. They were just, you know, I don't know. Maybe there was, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's I was trying to put the cows in there in the top mix ration machine. We're at 30,000 litres of top mix ration already. Why? Okay, look at the figures at the bottom right. Explain something to me. I put in 24,000 litres out of my trailer of straw, 24 of silage. My hay is coming from the haystack before, it's automatically there. The mineral feed is going down. Top mix ration is going up, but none of the other numbers are going down. What? Do you really think they are really helping and supporting local farmers? I do. I genuinely... I genuinely believe in what they're doing, and on the series they're especially the first few series, not this necessarily this last one, but I really think they were pushing out to the world and explaining what's going on. There are a lot of real life farm YouTubers out there. Some of the ones I watched, like I said, Joe Seals, Tom Pemberton especially, have watched for a long time, and you know, people will list tons and tons of others. There's loads I watched. Millennial Farmer, Cole the Corn Star, there's tons. and they're all making their content to show the world this is what we do. This is what farmers do, to explain to the world what happens on a daily basis, that farmers aren't trying to destroy the planet, they're not trying to fill it with chemicals, they're trying to do the right thing, and they're struggling. And I think Clarkson's Farm, being such a megastar, when the series came out, it really pushed that agenda massively, which can only be a good thing. It makes people more aware of it, and people need to be more aware of where their food comes from, how their food is produced, what farmers are going through, what farms are going through, what, you know, how the industry works. We all just assume. We go to a supermarket, there's our food, we buy it, we go home. There's so much more to it, and if you play Farming Simulator, you kind of get an understanding of it to a tiny degree. Anyway, it was more about the pub. It was more about the pub, and I think the new series, they're talking about he's bought a racehorse. I don't know. Again, yeah, okay. I don't know. We'll see. It may be hilariously funny, it may be not. We will find out. So, we need to put into there. How many do we get? What's going on here? I'm not trying to buy. I've got my herdsman stick. So why are we not? Did I not put any animals in my? I definitely did. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a load in there. Right, so we've got 46 animals. 10 of those. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. 10 of those. 5 of those. 5 of those. 5 of those. 5 of those, and then we'll put the 6 dairy animals in. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but oh, there we go. Look, finally, I've been building up to this. This is cool. Hello, Biggins. How are you? Biggins, famous modder, the famous modder Biggins, has joined us in the chat. Thank you for joining us. That's very, very cool. You haven't missed anything. I mean, how long have I been going for? What time is it now? An hour and 10 minutes. Nah, barely missed anything. A little bit here and there. Oh dear. Farmers are the most underappreciated workers. Sunrise to sunset, you know, most of them don't have holidays. And again, it depends how you categorise your farmers. What is a farmer? A farmer that owns his farm or rents his farm as a tenant farmer and farms the land, because you've got farmers who are estate owners. I don't want to upset anybody or offend anybody. If you've got people working for you that are farming the land and you just own it, if you are an estate owner, I don't know, can you call yourself a farmer? Because other people are doing the farming. I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. Biggins, some of the best mods in FS25. Biggins makes some good mods. Absolutely makes some good mods. So, let's go to here. Let's go to here. How are we looking? Oh, now it's come up with milk. Look, productivity, milk. So I had to just put the milkers in and we're fine. So because it's a pasture, I probably won't get manure, probably won't get slurry. But that's fine. That wasn't my priority. My priority was bringing up the beef herd, the beef stock. And we've got some young uns in there as well as some older ones, which we can fatten up a little bit more, which is fine. We'll put some Tommy's ration. We have got meadow grass in there at the moment, which is fine. Don't just 40%. Oh, that was something I meant to say. On Klein Friesland, when I did the map tour on that, I missed a very important thing. I didn't miss it. It was on my notes. I forgot to say it. And I'm going to say it now. On that map, it was done in a way that grass, meadow grass or grass, would give you 100% effectiveness, the same as total mixed ration. And I meant to say it and I completely forgot. Check where the trigger is now that it's producing. Schultz Modding's in the house. Caseboy 1455. Usopp's rubber band. I like that. You are the inspiration that got me into Farm Sim, a legend. You're the legend or I'm the legend? You're the legend. Of course you are. You are more than welcome. Anybody who has been inspired in some way, and if you haven't, that's absolutely fine. If you just like what I do on my stuff and you found no particular inspiration from me, That's cool. You don't have to, you know, I'm not one of those people that just has to be adored all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind it, but you don't have to. But if you want to, you can. How are we all doing today? How is everyone doing today? How are you all? I hope you are all doing well. Someone asked earlier on how long I'm going to stream for. I don't know. Thank you for chatting. Thanks for the great farming community. Have a lovely time. Take care. Look after yourself. Hang on, I'm going to have to lean forward for this. My eyesight. I didn't mention earlier. Is it it's Darius, isn't it? I wasn't sure it was Darlis. I was looking thinking, is that an L? Is that an I? Darius, I think it is. Thanks for joining us. Very, very kind of you. Indeed. So, next up then. Oh my... Who do I blame? So what, I'm going to blame... I'm going to blame Mini MrSealyp. It's your fault. It's all your fault. It's like a little demon that sits and watches. Yeah, it's your fault. I took the trailer back. And what do I need to do? I need to move my manure over. My total mix ration to feed the animals. And I really don't want to do that 2,000 litres at a time with the bucket. Ah, dearie me. Klein and Rottimer Island give 100% on meadow. There you go. Lady Hill does 75. So pastured cows will also produce milk. Hi, Mr. P from Riverbend Springs Caving. Nice. Hello, Alan. Riverbend Springs Caving Club. I loved making that logo for that as well. That was so cool. It was very, very cool. When I make my thumbnails, I spend ages sometimes making logos and different things, and it just goes up on the thumbnail. Most people just kind of glance at it and don't pay any notice, but I love it. Mightyfoot248, I've been watching your content since FS19. Thank you very much, you legend. Time for an old-fashioned belt auger chain. Yeah, I probably should, you know. You're the goat. Your videos are amazing, and your personality is electric. And with MrSealyp, you both crack me up. She is a legend. She really is. 95% stay, which is really good. This is John Knight. Can I give a big shout out to everyone's partners, including mine, which understand the importance of FS to our mental health? You know what? It's interesting. You literally just saying that when the comment was made about MrSealyp from Tom Rowe. I was just about to talk about MrSealyp, so that's perfect. Yes, to everyone's partners. Just have to say up tip. You've got FS19 free on PlayStation. Yeah, when they were giving that away, oh, did I get a bump in subscribers when that was free on PlayStation? That was happy days, good times. Actually, you know what? I might leave the herdsman stick. Shut up. Oh, I'm going to forget I've left it here, aren't I? Can I lean it against... Oh, look at the cows, look. I always use that word frolicking. I love that. Nothing like a bit of frolicking. Oh, stayed. Yes. I'll still forget it's there, but it's fine. You can have a start farm and equipment on any mode, not just new farmer. Same as having new farmer with no time. Been really bugging me with the map reviews. Yeah, but if you go into the base version of it on each of the maps, the map maker has set it up that you can go in and you can change the settings. Everyone can. You can add more money, you can not. But the setting, if you just go on it as it is, that the map maker set it as, it will give you, like you will have on New Farmer, you will have the start farm. Farm management start from scratch. You won't own the land. You won't have the farm yet. Yes, you can start with it. You can buy it if you want to. You can adjust the settings. But I go into it as layman's terms, as the map maker has set it up. Sometimes some of the maps on New Farmer, you start with all the equipment and machinery. Farm management start from scratch. You don't have any equipment and machinery at all. But again, if you set it with start farm on, you sometimes do start with that. It's not a big thing, but okay, that's fine. If it's bugged you, I apologise. It's the way I've always done them. Yeah, anyway, so talking about MrSealyp, we were talking about MrSealyp at FarmCon, actually. Well, she was at FarmCon with me, and one of the nights I think a lot of the guys had gone to bed and we were sat out and we were chatting away, and Farmer Cop and DJ Goham, they do like a cigar. They have big cigar collections, and humidors and whatnot. They normally bring them with them. They were sitting having a cigar and we were chatting away. And we were talking about partners and family and the channel and different stuff. And I'd said then, you know, now I might have had a couple of wobble pops. I'm not saying I hadn't. I'm not saying I had, but I might have had a couple of wobble pops. She has been my absolute rock through all of this. When I very first started this entire journey, she has supported me, backed me, been my biggest fan, my biggest help, my biggest... she's the person that kind of keeps me sane most of the time. She's incredible, you know? Yeah, and I was saying to the guys then, I said, she's my soulmate. She always has been. And she kind of just accepted the journey, accepted everything we did, and accepts everything we do. And she joins in with the fun, the hilarity, the jokes. She gives as good as she gets. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a very, very lucky person. I said this a while back when I worked at Royal Mail. A lot of the guys that I worked with who were married would do anything in their power at the weekends to avoid spending time with their spouses. They'd go to the football, they'd go out with their friends, they'd go to the pub. She's my best friend. She always has been. She's the person I spend the most time with. Now, I'm hoping I tip this here. She's an absolute legend. You know, and like I say, when we make videos together, we laugh, we muck about. It's more weird for me. There we go. If I go somewhere without her, I don't like it. When I did that trip with the charity up to Blackpool and I went to Tom Pemberton's farm, I did that on my own and I didn't like it. The drive up to Blackpool was a nightmare. The weather was awful. It was a long way on my own, and normally we sing in the car, we chat, we point stuff out. You know, it's that thing of if you see something funny, and she'll do it when she's out and about. She said a few times she's been in London when she's been at work. They'll go out for lunch or they'll go for a drink after work. She'll see something and she'll point it out, laugh and say whatever it is that's on her mind. And her friends look at her like, what are you laughing at? Because she knew and knows if I was with her, we would be chortling. I mean, absolutely chortling. And I'm the same. It's that thing, you know, it's like, I know she would love this. I know, you know, she would be killing herself laughing. Yeah, and she's just... Yeah, she's awesome. Like I say, I'm a very, very lucky man. Very, very lucky. I said that when I first asked her to marry me, and she said yes. Batting way above my average. I don't know what she saw in me, but very cool. Thank you, Cher. It's very kind of you. Hello, John. I'm going to say it's McInerney, is that right? JD. Yes, you've caught the live stream. We're here. Farming Simulator relaxes you. I mean, that's the thing about it. When I first started playing, and I was working at the school, and it was stressful, you know. I'd get home from school and I'd put on, you know, Farm Sim, and everything just washed away because you were just in the moment. I'm just doing this. And it was funny when we were at FarmCon, because I didn't take my PlayStation with me. You know, what an idiot. So I did have some people messaging me saying, why didn't you take it with you? I wanted to experience FarmCon. I wanted to experience the trip. I should have made more content when I was away. I absolutely get it. I apologise that I was away for a while. But I missed playing this. I genuinely, by the time I got home, I was like, you know what? And it was the same like when someone mentioned Roadcraft the other day. I thought, you know what? I haven't played any Roadcraft in ages. I've been so busy because we were through that period of giants dropping 50 odd mods at a time. And then there were maps, and then it was my Let's Play, and it was, you know, and I just didn't seem to have 5 minutes to do anything. So, hello Ben. It is an awesome way to unwind. FS Farmer, good afternoon. How are you? Patkins8319, afternoon. Loving your content. Doesn't seem like 5 minutes ago I watched your FS15 content and went out and bought it. Awesome. Did I fly or drive? We flew. We flew over to FarmCon. It was quite an incredible trip. Farmer Cop flew into England. We met Farmer Cop in London and had dinner the night before we flew with Farmer Cop. Then we flew with Farmer Cop. It was, I'll tell you the story. It's cool. While I'm doing this, why not? With live stream, it's supposed to be laid back and relaxed and just getting a few bits and bobs done. Doesn't matter if I go backwards and forwards 500 times with this, or listen to this empty. So anyway, in flying in from America, Farmer Cop had lost one of his bags. In one of his changes of flights, his bag hadn't come to Heathrow in London. It had gone to Frankfurt. Now, weirdly, the following day, we were flying from London to Frankfurt. So he contacted the airline, and he has his bag tagged, so I can tell you exactly where it is in the airport. And they said, we'll find it. And he said, no, I can tell you where it is. Can you send someone to get it? We'll find it. So anyway, he gets a message. We found it. They put it on a flight back to Heathrow for him to collect the following morning when we were flying out. Because, you know, and of course, it comes back to the wrong terminal. Or, no, not the wrong terminal. It came back to the terminal it was supposed to, but we were flying out of a different terminal. So we went to the terminal to fly out. He went to another terminal to get his bag, which took ages. So our flight gets called. He's not there yet. He arrives 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes before boarding. 5 minutes before boarding. So off we fly and we go to Frankfurt. Then we had a connecting flight from Frankfurt to Salzburg because FarmCon was in Austria. We were going to Kundl. So we were flying to Salzburg and then on. Brilliant stuff. Of course, we land in one terminal. We've got to get a bus. Our flight was 45 minutes after we landed. We missed it because we had to go through another passport control. The queue was stupidly long. My back was agony. I couldn't run through the airport. It was my fault we missed it because I couldn't run. I couldn't keep up with everyone. So we missed our flight. So then we had an option because this sounds really weird, but Kundl was equidistant between Salzburg and Munich. So we could have flown to Munich or Salzburg, and the distance then to drive to Kundl was about the same. So Cop goes off and he says, right, we can either get on a later flight, which is much later, to Salzburg and then drive, or we can get a flight earlier from Frankfurt to Munich and then drive from Munich to Kundl. So we said, right, let's get the flight to Munich. So we fly to Munich. Awesome, it's all going great. We arrive at Munich. Cop's bag comes off the belt. Mine and MrSealyp's bags, nope, not there. So off Cop goes. He was a legend, absolute legend. He's obviously used to dealing with it. I think he's lost 3 cases or had a couple damaged, lost 2, had 1 damaged on various different flights. So off he goes to find out where the bags are. They come back and say, and help me understand this, it makes no sense, they put our bags on the next flight out to Munich, not the one we were on, which was an hour later. So we had to sit by the baggage claim belt waiting for an hour for the next plane to come and land and get her. Honestly, it was nuts. And then from Munich a drive then to Kundl. It was insane. It was such a comedy of errors. But then to be fair, it was the same as or better than last year when we went to FarmCon at Fent. Myself, MrSealyp and Virtual Farmer met at Heathrow, and it was literally 10 minutes before our flight was supposed to take off. There was a bomb scare. They evacuated the whole airport and we missed our flight. Our flight went. It didn't. Yeah. There was no flight to Innsbruck. No, and it was much further to go from Innsbruck to Kundl than it was from Salzburg. I don't know. Mighty Foot 248. I met yourself, MrSealyp at Lama, which was such a pleasure. The trouble is, we meet so many people. Putting names to faces always do. If we met you at Lama, that's awesome. Thank you for coming to Lama. Thank you for meeting us. I absolutely loved it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I hope we were friendly and nice and kind. We tried to be. That's the point. Did you meet Dagwin too? No, we didn't. Dagwin doesn't come to any events. He gets invited to FarmCon by Giants, I think, every year, and he doesn't. I don't think he likes to travel. I'm sure someone told me a while back he doesn't fly. I thought he doesn't fly. Like, you know, he flaps his arms a lot, but he just doesn't seem to take off. He doesn't like to fly, I don't think. Apologies if I've got that wrong, Dagwin. I do apologise. But yeah, so. Yeah, so he doesn't go to FarmCon, but apparently he was at Lama the other year. He doesn't come to the Giants booth. He doesn't come and he keeps himself to himself, which is of course absolutely fine. You would, wouldn't you? I mean, you don't want to Trying to mix with us lunatics. When we all get together, things get crazy. But it's cracking fun. I know that Farmer Cop, I know MrSealyp's been helping, and I know OmaTana's been helping. They're already, all the plans and prep are ongoing for Llama for, well, it'll be next year now, next year's in January. It's all going. 245 watching, 215 likes. Keep smashing that like button. I know by the end of this we will have had more views, because that's the average ongoing at the moment, but we'll have had people that have come on and left and come back or whatever. Smash that like button, people. Peter Sinnott, hello from rainy Glasgow. We just had a bit of a downpour, but it stopped. We didn't get any thunder, which is great. You would have been last to check in for the new flights. There wasn't room for all the bags. That's probably very true, Jim. I don't know. His gaming, the gaming man is daggering Mr. T, probably. If they do a farm con at Massive Ferguson, I have to come. That'd be cool if you can come to Lambert, Callum, yeah. Everyone's, see, the talk at the moment is, where's FarmCon going to be next year? Because Giants said they didn't know. They didn't have any plans yet. You know what I should do? How are we looking? How much have I put in while I've been going backwards and forwards? 23,760 litres. That'll keep them going for a bit. I can get a trailer up here at some point. Health and stuff. So we should get some milk production. No straw manure because we don't have anything in. Yeah, so Giants normally at FarmCon the year you're at, Giants will announce what the next one's going to be, and they normally keep the dates are normally the same. It's normally 6th and 7th, normally around first weekend normally of July, normally. But they didn't know. I remember giving you a Farmer Cop a bear hug when I first met you at Lemon. Yeah, it's a lovely meeting share as well. Shufty Wiggle, love that. Greetings to you. Yeah, I can't say that, Jay, but I can't remember how to say it. Don't blame Dagwin after we've had a few. Yeah, in Poland we had these, again, if you're a youngster, drink sensibly. Not drink sensibly. If you're a youngster, you should be drinking without adult supervision. If your parents say it's fine, that's fine. But drink sensibly, be careful, you know, you won't be. No one ever is, but, you know. We had these vodka shots. Well, what was the first one we had? We went out for dinner the first night and we had Slivovica. Slivovica, is that right, J-Bot? Slivovica, 63%. It was like drinking jet fuel. Farmer Cop, bong, loved it. Oh, I couldn't drink mine. Couldn't drink it. Anyway, we had these shots, these vodka shots, and it was raspberry syrup, vodka, and Tabasco in the top. And you think to yourself, oh, that's nasty. And I went to drink mine thinking, this is going to be awful, and I'm waiting for that moment, you know, when your body thinks, I'm going to reject this fluid, I don't want this in me. They were amazing. I mean, just incredible. We might have had a few. We might have had a few. Goggle Pop's back. Oi. Hello, mate. Is that Slivovica, is that right? Close enough. Hashtag close enough. That's what Darren Dahl kept saying, wasn't it? Close enough. I'm not going to even try and pronounce the name of the place we played. Svenusha? Svenusha. Is that right? Svenusha? I've said it wrong, haven't I? I know I have. Anyway, yeah, so those vodka shots were crazy. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and recreate those at home. We'll next time we have a party, a family gathering, I'll try and recreate them. I know they're not going to be anything like what we had. They're probably going to be absolutely vile. But we'll see. Who knows? My granddad used to bring raw vodka back from Poland, 98% by volume. Intended to be mixed with syrups. Intended to be mixed with avgas, I would imagine. I don't think. Oh, that Slivovica was insane. Honestly, 63%. And Farmer Cop bought a bottle of it to take home. He loved it so much. Darrendal and Alex Darrendal is a moderator for Farmer Cop, if I'm correct. And he invited us to go. It was amazing. Come to Calgary, Alberta for Calgary Stampede. I would love that. Like I say, I want to travel everywhere. I want to go all over the place. I've just completely lost it. Did you know that SCUBA is an acronym, self-contained underwater breathing? I did know that, actually. Yes. Did you know that TUBA is an acronym that stands for Terrible Underwater Breathing Apparatus? What, like a toilet roll tube? Something like that. Really terrible. Gets really soggy. Moonshine. Oh, yeah. Wayland Timlick. Hello, Wayland. Awesome. Mike's farming. He's here. He's live. Time to see the accidents. Good to see you live. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. So, my jobs, like I say, that field there I have now planted. That's got canola in. That was fertilised. It has been nitrogened. Sorry, it has been pH'd. It has been nitrogened. It has been rolled. So that's now just growing. I'm just going to double check something because I can't remember whether or not. I don't think I've got anything ready to harvest. Let's have precision farming. pH. That's the, because I've got a field that's soybean, so that doesn't require any nitrogen. The grass doesn't really require much either, so that's fine. Yield potential, who knows? Seed rate, we're good. Let's go back up to there. Crop type, growth. They're all grass, so they would be showing. That's peat. So next one ready to harvest is going to be our sunflowers, I think. It is. It absolutely is. Yeah, Pete just said Dagon was at Lama. He was incognito, I think he was. Yeah. Just making sure I'm not missing. I mean, I'm going to miss stuff in the chat. Of course I am. Austrian straw room was, or is 80%. We had to smuggle the bottles home because it was classified as a drug in Sweden. Woo! That's crazy. Well, that echoed a bit, didn't it? I wasn't expecting that to echo. Did you like the peat stuff in FS25? Yeah, I did. I did some on the Let's Play. I did some peat work. I like it. Yeah. Oh, let's go and check. I don't know how. What time is it now? 1:16. How much more of our? I don't think we will have any more build on our thing going. Oh, I'm so pleased this is done. One of the things I put that silage clamp in ages ago. We filled that up. Compacted it, covered it. I was waiting for the crops to be done there so I could use the swath harvesting with a tractor. The hay, we did a load of grass work. I do it on every Let's Play. I like to prepare all my stuff first. The cows are having a great time. No more construction? Nope. What happened to the Minneapolis tractors? I've still got, what have I got down there? I've still got some small ones. Yeah, walking to live streams, definitely. Live streams, like I say, it was just that kind of. I went through a really weird period where I just couldn't do them. Then my back went, and I couldn't sit for long enough to do them. I would record like 20 minutes, half an hour at a time. My back would get bad. I'd go in, I'd lay down. Through the winter, we did have some really cold, days. And it was that thing, I'd wake up and think I didn't want to go out and light the stove, and so I worked indoors sometimes for 2 or 3 days at a time, and it just got to a, I don't know, and you get out of the habit of doing it. I think I went 6 months. We did a Christmas Eve stream, myself and Mrs. P, here comes the rain again. Yeah, you get out of the habit of doing it, and then, like I said before, it just becomes a whole thing. You get stressed about doing it, and you don't want to do it, and I don't know. But anyway, Nick, the new DLC. So looking forward to. So third DLC should be coming out, and I think everyone knows by now it's going to be Mercedes. If it's not Mercedes, Giants have played the ultimate prank of all time. But I think we all know it's going to be Mercedes, and then obviously Highlands fishing. I genuinely cannot wait. The map looks awesome. I cannot wait to give that stuff a go. And that's, like I say, you're looking at me now. My genuine reaction to that's not YouTuber shield. That's not. I'm live streaming. Giants haven't paid me. I've not been sponsored on this to you know. I am genuinely excited for it. I think having Mercedes stuff again. We're going to get the MB track. We know that. We might get Unimogs. Now again, on 22, we had the. Can you hear that? Oh my days! Dearie me. I'll keep talking. It's quite loud. Oh yeah, so on 22 we had the emergency service pack. One of the fire engines in that was a Unimog conversion type thing. So because it was a specially made for the fire service, it wasn't called a Unimog. So maybe we'll get Unimogs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it does then potentially, we might get more Mercedes lorries potentially. So we'll get the branded stuff rather than as Lizard, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Who knows what we're going to get? But it does open the door. Obviously, I know. Don't worry, we won't drown. Yeah, the Land Rover mods. I said that in my video the other day. The Santanas, I want them back. I love those. I think they're so cool. And actually, we had the Offenders, didn't we? Was it Offenders? What were they called? It was, or did I call them Offenders? Were they called something else? I can't remember now. But anyway, looking forward to the controls on the boats. If you've played, if you go on to Agroforestry, the remake of Silver Run by Setka Simulators, you've got the barges on that. I think the boats are going to operate like those. You've got your rudder, you've got your left and right, but you've also got bow and port thrusters, bow and port, port and starboard, bow and stern thrusters, so you can move the boat. So I assume it will be like that. I don't know. Now this is the thing as well, people were saying about Ford the other day, why have we not had more Ford stuff since Giants released the pack? The thing is, the Ford logo in that pack was oh my days. No, it's gone. The Plains and Prairies pack, the company escapes me, doesn't matter. Anyway, the Ford vehicles are under their brand. I don't think we're going to get any. I don't know, who knows. The Harvesting King, hello. Jaguar owned Land Rover. Yeah, I don't know. We won't get Land Rover on PC. You might, and third-party mods. But we had the Lizard Santanas, and I didn't mind them. I thought they were, again, because I like my Land Rovers and I liked those mods, I used them a lot. Versatile. That was it. Thank you, Kartek. I was going to click on my PC screen and go and check because I genuinely couldn't remember. I was going to say Rosselmash. I'm thinking it's not Rosselmash, is it? Versatile, yeah. So I don't think we're going to get as much Ford stuff as we thought we were going to. Giants were very clever with that whole, the Ford brand comes to Farming Simulator, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Ford sold the agriculture stuff to IH. Yeah, this is it. All these companies sell off bits of their companies. Ford cars, Ford vans are different to Ford agriculture. Bits of companies get sold off and bought by conglomerates, and you've got your Agco, you've got your Case New Holland, you know, all of that. So the Harvesting King in with 5 gift memberships. Legend. Thank you very much. If you've just received a gift membership, that's from the Harvesting King. You legend. Thank you very much. Yeah, Santana was that. Yeah, Santana had the license to make them in South America or South Africa. I know they did them in Africa. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, they had a license to make them under license, and Land Rover would ship out parts as well, and they built them under license and called them Santanas. So I don't know how they got away with that. I really don't know. Anyway, Jayhawk226, woohoo! Member. Legend, the Harvesting King. That's very, very cool. Anyway, so right, you know what I'm going to do? I've done all the bits I want to do. Got the total mix ration done. Got the animals over. Got them fed. Got that sorted. I guess I'm going to cut some more trees down. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Just tidy some of the trees up. I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I was going to stream for a couple of hours. What are we on now? We started at 2, didn't we? It's 3:45. So yeah, maybe around 2ish. I might finish. It depends. I haven't got to water the garden. You're right. We'd love to see Land Rover in game for us console players. Yeah, we won't get the Land Rover brand, but you know, at the end of the day, as long as we've got the vehicles, I really don't mind. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Don't worry about me driving over the soybean. It's a very hardy crop. All the bits that you can get away with off camera when you're recording and editing, you can't when you're live streaming. Haha. That's fine, I'll tidy some of these up. will they ever make Dodge or Ram? You know what, we were talking about this at FarmCon, and they were saying about, or we were talking about deals that Giants could do that would be massive. And we said because the American gaming community on Farm Sim is huge, I think doing something like that, one of those big companies, Dodge, Ram, you know, sort of Dodge and Ram, what am I talking about? Dodge, what was the other one we talked about? Chevrolet. If we got some Chevrolets, that would be huge, because American audiences, but not just American audiences, all of us, who wouldn't want to use a big old Dodge Ram, you know, or some big pickups? I know we get modded versions, I know we do, but I think that would be a bit of a coup if Giants could do something like that. That would be pretty awesome. I don't think they will, but it would be cool if they did. There are still lots of other manufacturers. Oh, I just remembered what I was talking about, and then I got sidetracked. About FarmCon. So, we were talking about FarmCon. Giants didn't tell us where it was going to be, said they didn't know. Whether that was true or not, don't know. And it doesn't really matter whether it was true or not. So we were talking about the manufacturers they've done so far. So we had Horsch, Class, John Deere at Mannheim. Oh, that's not going to go well, is it? John Deere at Mannheim. Then Deutz, Fendt, Lindner. So we said Case. We had the Case event in Wisconsin, but we haven't done Case as a FarmCon. New Holland, which obviously Case New Holland. There's companies like things like Voucher and stuff. They're Scandinavian. Giants don't like to go too far afield from Germany and Switzerland. So it's then looking at companies, maybe Czech Republic, because they've got offices in Czech Republic. So maybe some companies out that way. It needs to be a company big enough that, I mean, Lindner wasn't huge, but Lindner had an innovation centre. And we were saying, obviously there's Mercedes-Benz coming. It could be, why is it not picking that up? Mercedes-Benz, they have got their facility where you can go and you can test drive and run Unimogs and the big old Mercedes, what are they called? Big 4x4s, my mind's blanked again, nightmare. And then someone mentioned Belgium and said that New Holland have got a big centre in Belgium. Sure it was. Bale Forks, these ones are oh blimey, hang on, let's go into, I'll show you, I can't remember the modder's name. We go up to here, it'll be in my description, but this will help. No, I need to be up here. Telehandler tools, the MD20D. Oh, who's it by? Who's it by? Let me just double check. It should be in my description. No, not that. If I close down my stuff. Oh, I might have. That's annoying. It's in the description anyway. The M20D. JMZ? No. Might be JMZ. I'm sure someone will find it and they'll remind me. But yeah, it's that I'm using at the moment. It works really well. Michelle Farms, howdy folks from South Texas. Yeehaw. Pertinger in Austria? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so anyway, so it was mentioned Belgium, that potentially it could be the New Holland facility in Belgium, which would be cool because that's not far from Bruges. I've never been to Bruges. I would love to do that. Not far to go from the UK either. Could drive that potentially. Maybe. Yeah, potentially. Could drive it. And then Nina mentioned that Massey Ferguson, was it Massey Ferguson? Have got a new innovation centre opened in France. So I don't know. Who knows where it's going to be? We haven't been told. We don't know. Maybe some people have been told. Possibly Gold Partners might be in the loop. I don't know. But Giants didn't seem to know at FarmCon, which is when they normally tell everybody. So who knows? But I'm hoping it's Belgium or France, because that would be phenomenal if it was. Another couple of big companies, if we did New Holland or we did Massey would be brilliant. I mean, New Holland would as well. I'm just thinking of big companies. Anyway, who knows? Farmer J, do you remember me from Lammer? I don't know. It's difficult. Depends who you were. When did you come and talk to me? What do you look like? Honestly, I speak to so many people I can't remember. A Massey tour would be incredible. I know for a fact that the lovely Nina, if you don't know Nina or of Nina, you know when I did we went and we did the farm visit and I live streamed, and then we went back and we did lambing. I did lambing live. We were there for the week for lambing. That was Nina and Brian's farm. Brian is an absolute massive Massey Ferguson fan. He owns loads of Massey Fergusons and trailers and gear and equipment and balers and stuff, and oh, you name it. If it's not Massey Ferguson, he hasn't got it. I think they'd go. I think absolutely, if it was Massey Ferguson, they'd be there. What do I look like? I look like me. You know what? My twins, when my twins were very little, we went down to Dorset on holiday, and we were in Weymouth for a week. Then we came out and we spent a few days in Swanage. And there's a Swanage railway that runs from Swanage up to Corfe Castle. It's lovely, especially when they've got the steam trains running. So we took the kids on that, and there was this lovely old couple on the seat behind us. And because my twins, being young, but both stood up, they're both looking over the seat, and we kept saying to them, "Sit down, because you're disturbing people. Sit down." This lovely old couple behind said, "Oh, it's all right. They're fine. They're lovely." And the twins were chat. So the lady says to the twins, "And what are your names?" One of the twins says, "I'm Amy," and the other twin says, "And I'm me." Genius. There you go. That just sums up my twins. I'm me. Absolutely brilliant. My brother messed with their heads even more because they're identical. 99 point, I don't know, whatever it is, it's identical. As they've got older, you can tell them apart a lot more now. But anyway, you had a baseball cap on with your name on it. You've booked already for next year. Awesome stuff. I met so many people. But the Marnooks, is that the Marnooks as in Marnooks mapping? If it is, we were talking about you a little while ago. Nina's still there. She's lurking around. She's watching. She's waiting. In with the comment every now and again. Awesome stuff. Hello, MrSealyp. Is that Silver Run Forest? Nope, it's not Silver Run Forest. It is. It's Marnock's mapping. Is in the chat. We were talking about Klein Friesland and Rotterdam Island, and I was saying about Let's Plays and where I'm going to go to next, and the Discord server. They're trying to decide what maps to go on to. I'm seriously considering. I might do Rotterdam. I haven't done an island in a long time, and I do like my island maps. If we go right the way back to, and I keep forgetting the name of it, when Barris started off the subscriber contract thing, and I had that old farm with all the little tractors, which was absolutely brilliant. Someone will remind me what that was called. That seems like a lifetime ago. And then obviously I did. What is wrong with me today? Words have just fallen out of my head. Lucas Island. I did Lucas Island. So yeah, I think it might be time to visit an island again. Am I going to do that falling out of an aeroplane, dropping into the ocean, wading ashore? It's not a deserted island, so probably not. I might just arrive by ferry or something. I don't know. But I really like the map. So there's, what was the other one I really liked? This I'm not knocking Marnooks at all. But there was another really nice one, and when I did the map tour I loved it, but it adds a colossal amount of required mods, and I did the map tour against my own advice. I wasn't going to I can't remember what it's called now. Here's a gorgeous map. FS Farmer, if you didn't get forced to waste a large part of the map on peat, I may have used this map. You're not forced to. If you've been watching my Let's Play, you'll know that I've already. That's all. That bit now is peat. There. All the rest of that is crops. I've got grass in that one. I've got a lake in that one. I've got corn in that one. Barley in that one. Grass here. I've got poplars growing around the outside. The only bit I've got for peat is there. You're not forced to, at all. When I did the Apocalypse series, you know what? It's one of those series that it didn't do that well. I mean, it did all right. People watched it. I loved it. I had the most fun on that. What I loved most about that as well was the fact that and people still message me now. Genuinely, Sealy EG went on, I gave her a list of stuff, and she put stuff on and she hid it. I genuinely had no idea. When I was finding, people said, oh, it's so fake, it's so false. Of course he knows where it is, he put it there. I didn't. And that was the beauty of doing it that way round. If you've got a friend or you're on multiplayer and you can get people to do that, genuinely when you're looking around for stuff and you find it, and that was the beauty of that Apocalypse series, was it was about finding equipment and machinery, it was about searching. And I had watched a few zombie things, and I'd played a little bit. I tried to play DayZ and I was terrible at it. But I was already in that zone. It took me so long. I mean, it was a ludicrous amount of time to set that map up, but I loved it. Go man, Drummard Farm. What about Drummard Farm? What about it? Mr. Andy B Gaming, after Mr. P random question, just wondering, are you using the new joystick for F25 or for the PlayStation? If so, what is your opinion on it, and what do you think, is it worth getting? I did a whole video on it. I was working with Thrustmaster. They sent me one out. I've got it here. I haven't got it plugged in today because I forgot to plug it in. I mean, to be fair, it's just a USB. I could plug it straight in. And in all, actually, you know what? Where's my cable? Where's my cable for it? I don't know why I didn't plug it in, actually. It was a bit daft, wasn't it? Shall I put it in the right way up? What is it? Explain this to me. USB. So a standard USB, not a USB-C, but the USB, there's two ways to put it in. The right way, the wrong way. Why is it? It should be 50-50, shouldn't it? Why is it 90% of the time you try it the wrong way up first time? Shouldn't every single one of those have a little, whatever it is, a red mark or a white mark or something on the side that is up? Shouldn't it? Anyway, so there we go. Look, oh, you can't see because the camera's down, but yeah, joystick. I love it. Turn the head. Oh, it's so good. I can roll forward, and I've got my little hare and tortoise. It's so good. I love it. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's ludicrous how you'll try and plug it in one way, then it's just, it is what it is. Anyway, yes, so in answer to your question, I did a video on it. The farm stick, I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. Now obviously on PlayStation you can't customize the buttons, but it does give you a lot of options. You've got an ignition button, so you can press your ignition to start it on and off. You can go in and out of menus, you can tab, you can scroll, you can set your cruise control. There are certain buttons that take you directly to menus without having to go into the menus. I've got to try and remember the buttons. That gets in and out. Which one was it? There goes. So that takes me into that menu. I've come back out again. That brings me back out again. This one hasn't worked though for some reason. Don't know why that one doesn't work. That one does my map down the bottom. So I'm doing this without using my controller. I'm just doing it off the buttons here. What did I just do? Just did something. Actually, what I better do is check on here. Where's my option for beacons? I've got my light options. Got to be careful because there's detaching, and there's also, it is very, very cool. And when you're doing stuff with cranes and diggers and telehandlers, there is nothing better. Like I say, you can't see. I'm not going to move the camera because if I move the camera I won't get it back into position properly. Shall I do it? Right, let's go in cab. I don't think I better get this right. I'm not going to get this back in position, am I? If I put the camera, there's my farm stick just there, right? So look at the control stick as I'm doing it. Oh, start the engine. There we go. Press the button on there to start the engine. So look at the joystick. So as I'm doing, it's honestly so good. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's Am I insane enough? Yes, I am. Did I get that back in the right position? Did I? Is it too far that way? Oh, it seems right, doesn't it? How about them apples? People might even start to think I'm good at this. No. Never going to happen. Anyway, yes, is it worth getting? I absolutely believe so. For the price, I honestly, the build quality is phenomenal. What was it, £99? I'm sure it was £99. I paid more than that for the Saytech Logitech side panel, and that was what, 6 years ago? 7 years ago? So the fact you're getting all of this, it just... Anyway. I see the NASA sign. Are you into SpaceX? No. The NASA sign, MrSealyp, years and years ago. Lots of stories today. It's very cool, isn't it? I'm telling you stories I haven't told. Hello, MrSealyp from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I crawled out of bed this morning because it's 9 AM and saw you live. Love watching your videos. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. So anyway, no. So MrSealyp, for the company she used to work for, she had to go and do, was it a month? They had offices in Texas, so she had to fly out. There were 2 other people. She flew out to Texas, and I'm just putting that to one side. I want to make sure I don't get over. So I want to keep away from the stumps I've already got. I don't want to cut over stumps because I need to grind them out. Yeah, so she had to go for 4 weeks and work in Texas. Now, at the time, and I think I've said this, did I just change the length? I did, didn't I? No. I can't remember. Why can't I remember? It's not that one. Come back from there. Why is that both doing the same thing? That's weird. What was that? Oh, there we go. So I can do it for my thing. I haven't got to go into the menu. What did I set it to? I've set it to 12. I was on 9. I knew I'd changed something. Buffoon thing. So I don't have to go in through the menus. You can do it all from the stick, which is very, very cool. Do you have to use a steering wheel with the farm stick? You don't have to. No. I'm doing a combination of. You can do a combination of controller and farm stick, or you can do wheel and pedals. If you want to go full immersion, it does recommend for full integration wheel, pedals, farm, and that gives you a total immersion to it. I find when I'm recording videos, because I need to move the camera around, I'm much quicker and easier. I can do it. There's a little joystick on top of the so I can do it here. That's the joystick on top of the farm stick, so I can move the camera around that. When I'm trying to do operations with the joystick, I find it difficult then to move the camera for recording. You know, I'm trying to get the best. I know it sounds very kind of, get me. I'm trying to get the best shot possible. I don't always, you know. And when you're doing thumbnails and stuff, I just find sometimes to just come out, if I need to do some recording, to grab what I'm doing and start recording. Why can't I pick that up? There we go. Let's get that out of the way because that's too short. That can go into the burn pile. Put that on the edge where we can see it. Yeah, sometimes it's just quicker and easier to just whiz out controller, farm stick, bang, off I go. So, you've been playing since 2013. John Hess. Is the farm still worth getting on PS5? I'm not sure what you mean, Sam. Oh, hello, Chris. Nice to see you live again. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for... Farmer J, I'm using 2 heavy side panels. Yeah, obviously they don't work on PlayStation anymore. They were never supposed to work on PlayStation in the first place, and I've said that before. I know when I got really angry because they weren't working and people were messaging me saying they were never supposed to work. Okay, but they did. So regardless of whether they were never meant to or not, they did work, and it was frustrating when they stopped working. So, you know, it is what it is. I've got 2 of them because I bought one for me and then I got one for CLG. And she loved it, but then obviously then she stopped playing and she stopped being fun, and so I've got 2 of those. They're just paperweights at the moment. On PC with front and back mowers using trigger on, off, fold, etc. Does it do all both? No. So on this you've got buttons for starting implements, raising, lowering implements and stuff. My hand is down here on the stick. I am manipulating buttons. So all you have to do is press triangle, and when you've got the steering wheel, because you've still got triangle on the steering wheel, you just switch implements and you've still got your raise, lower, up and down, turn on and off and all that kind of stuff. So Is the farm sim worth getting on PS5? Yeah, absolutely. That's what I've been talking about for the last 5-10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's absolute. I personally think it's absolutely worth it. You've still got your copy of FS15. I think I have somewhere. We had a hard copy, but also I've got a digital version as well because it was just it was very cool, and it's the one that started it all off for me. It's the one that Sealy asked for. Can we get a copy of Farming Simulator? And I laughed. I've told the story many times before. The rest is history. And I was saying to MrSealyp the other day when we were talking about, because people have been saying, and we talked at FarmCon about starting a second channel, so all the stuff like Roadcraft and stuff, all my SnowRunner content, all the stuff I did on the old gold mining game, and Gran Turismo, and obviously there's going to be Project Motor Racing, and because the algorithms don't like it because my channel is farming, so it doesn't push anything else, I should start a new channel. And I said to MrSealyp, I honestly, the thought of starting a new channel, setting it all up, fills me with dread. I can't remember what steps I went through, how I set it all up, how I married up my AdSense, on this, because that was nearly 9 years ago. Nearly 10, so that's nearly a decade ago. That's crazy. Have you seen that a new gold mining simulator game has been announced today? I haven't actually. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But again, it's having the hours in the day. I was fiddling around the other day and I came across my Subnautica save file, and I was talking about this and saying about how you can lose your life. I mean, absolutely. I was doing Roadcraft the other day and I said you can go down a rabbit hole, and I've talked about it before when I played VR on PlayStation. And weirdly, PlayStation VR on PS4, I haven't got VR on PS5. I bought that the old MetaQuest thing for doing Farm Sim VR, and it turned out to be an absolute car crash. No one wanted to watch it. I got sick playing it. If anyone wants to buy a MetaQuest 3S 500 and something gigabyte headset, hit me up, let me know, because I'm not ever going to use it again. It's very cool, there's a ton of extra features, and I bought it on that thing of, look, I'll take a chance, because if the VR stuff does really well, if people really like it, if the game's really good, it will pay for itself in no time. Nope, it bombed. So if anyone's interested in the VR headset, let me know. But yeah, so PSVR on PS4 I had no problem with. I did loads of VR stuff and absolutely loved it, including racing games and stuff like that. And I played a bit of Skyrim. I think I've talked about this before. And I put the headset on and started playing Skyrim, and it must have been 8 hours went by. I was so immersed in what I was doing, and it was that total immersion. And yes, of course, you know, your brain fills in the gaps. When people say, oh yeah, but VR doesn't look that real, it's real enough that you get immersed and you just get sucked into the whole whatever it is you're doing. And I took the headset off like, oh my days, I couldn't believe how long it had been. Bobby Johnson's been watching since I first started. That's cool. Project Motor Racing, cannot wait. If you didn't watch my video from FarmCon, I got to play and have a go on Project Motor Racing on one of the racing rigs. It was brilliant. I genuinely really enjoyed it. It was very cool. The way it handled felt very natural. It felt great when you went over the curbs. You got that rumble, you got that sense, you got a wheel on the grass, you lost traction. It's because what they did, who was I talking to about it? It was FSG and DJ went to an event for Project Motor Racing because they're both gold partners. They got invited to an event, and they said, like most racing games, the dynamics of the wheels and tyres, if you imagine your wheel and tyre being upright, and then obviously when you're turning you've got that movement on the tyre, the bottom of the tyre is what makes contact with the road. So that's why you camber tyres, so that when you're racing, as you go around corners, that brings the tyre upright and you've got more traction in the corners when it corners. That's how it works. So most racing games have 1 or 2 points of contact as a reference when the cars are turning or on the grass or on the marbles, whatever. On Project Motor Racing, what did they say it was? 15 or 16 points of reference. So it's taking that information, so you can go around the circuit 2 or 3 times. if you get it an inch one way, 2 inches the other way, it will be completely different. It will feel different. You can lose traction easily. A couple of times when I was racing, you can feel the back end start to slide, and it was brilliant. It was genuinely really good. And I know we got, people did the whole, oh look, they're all at it again, all the Giants partners are pushing Project Motor Racing because they're shills. I love racing games. I've played racing games for as long as I can remember. For as long as I've had a console or a gamepad in my hand, I've done racing games, and Project Motor Racing looks brilliant. So anyway, just putting it out there. So no, it doesn't. You're absolutely right, Jim. It doesn't work third party. It bombed. It just didn't work. Anyway, David McAuliffe just popped in to say hi. I hope everyone is having a cool Sunday. Thanks for joining us, Farmer Giles. I see an extension to the man cave coming. I wish I had room for a racing rig. I've got a wheel and pedals down here. The pedals are just under my desk. The wheel I just have to bolt to my desk, which is not ideal, because what I need to do is where the back wall, because the back wall of the man cave is literally just behind my rig. If you've watched any of my man cave tours, you'll see. Shills can still, yeah, absolutely. Even if you are a shill, we may be called shills, and even if Giants were saying we're going to pay you to advertise this, it doesn't mean you're wrong about the game. It doesn't mean you're lying. Some people will. They'll advertise anything on their channels. Oh, I genuinely use this deodorant. Phooey. No, you don't. Or it'll be something really weird, and you're like, why? You've never mentioned it ever on a single video. There've been various different content creators I've watched, and there's like, oh, I've been using this for years, and this stuff. So it's like you've never mentioned it, not once ever. Now they're paying you to. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Anyway, Real Giants include haptic feedback for the DualSense controller. Do you know? I don't think they're going to add it. It was one of the. When someone was asking the question earlier about if you were the CEO and you could make some decisions about what, that would definitely be added in. Haptic feedback for controllers. It's one thing I said when FS25 came out. There's no visceral, there's no rumble. Why is there no rumble? There are tons and tons of games that have a rumble feature, and it can go from soft to strong depending on what you're rumbling over. If it's something solid like a tree stump, if you're on gravel, a slight rumble. If it's going across ploughed fields, you get a more staccato, stuttering rumble. I genuinely think it should have. P888, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. What time is it? I've gone past me 2 hours. I wasn't intending to. This one needs to be tied up and loaded onto try. I just realised I was kind of low on funds. But that being said, my sawmill now, because I've got the wood I needed for doing the herdsperson's hut, that's back on producing. My fruit juices are still going. I can turn on all the other stuff at any point if I want to, which is very, very cool. ONT Tools, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Michelle says finally. Did I start saying that? Michelle said finally get to join the live stream. Thank you for joining us. Brian Merritt, sorry I didn't say hello. Ian said he's just got Roadcraft. You'll love it. It's great fun. It's very cool. Thank you all for joining me. So what I'm going to do, I'll do like a row round, two rows round. When I get to a point where I'm bumping over, there's a word. Tree stumps. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, you know what we didn't do? Stop. We said we were going to do. Into here. Cross 2. We're going to put in a farm dog. Shall we put a farm dog up here by the herdsman hut to keep an eye on the cows? We will. Let's put it up here. Let's do... No. Doghouse, rename. Herd dog. Don't know why I did that, but anyway. So let's go and check out this thing. I have been told that from the... So I don't know why. If it is the case, why does it not say press and hold like it does when you want to activate your GPS, your AI worker? You've got that thing. It says on the description, top left, it says press and hold. If throwing the ball is holding down the button, then why does it not say that? Why? Apparently everyone knows that. How's the farmhouse build going? We're going to have a look while we're over here, while we come back. If you've just joined us, this is Cal's construction and chat. Did I put? I can't remember what I put on the thumbnail now. Yeah, we're coming along. We're getting there. It's chugging away. It's required materials for next step. Oh, I need. Oh, it stopped because I didn't put any in. Oops. Wow, wow, wow. There we go. Now we're going again. Maybe we should have been further along. Oops. I didn't check that last time. Pete Harnety. When I was stationed in Germany, the shepherdess had a herd dog and the sheep were loose grazing. Well, that's pretty cool. Surprised there is no breakdowns. That's something I've been saying for a long time with the repair system. I genuinely think things should break. And you should have to go to the store and buy parts. Whether it's just a parts box and you come back and you use those parts, whether it's even in litres for parts, but you might blow a tyre and have to change a tyre. Or, I don't know, whatever it might be. An axle goes, a bearing goes, you know, and it comes up on the repair thing. You might be going along and all of a sudden you get this, you know, not a bang, but you get a grinding sound and you've got to stop. Got to go and get some parts and repair it. That would be amazing. That really would be fantastic. There you go, part repair, that's what we're just talking about. So, apparently, where's the ball? There. So if I pick up the ball, actually what I need to do is open up that. Right, so pick up object. So I've got it. The dog's called Turk. So do I keep my finger on circle? Nope, that just drops it. So it's not circle. Let's pick it up again. Nope. I've lost my ball. Stop rolling away from me. So what was it they said? Square? Hold down square? No. I'm holding down square and letting go. Nothing's happening. Oh no. X? No, that makes me jump. Keep my finger on X. No, I'm not getting any ability to throw this ball at all. Pick up. So you say drop object, throw object. Why is that not there? If you can throw it, why does it not say? Even if it's hold down circle. Let me hold down circle again. Nout. Lucky Shamrock, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. Yeah, circle. I'm holding down circle. Nothing. Let go of it. Nope, just drops it. I'm not getting anything. Okay, R2, turn on flashlight. L2, I can rotate it. L1, R1, nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try R2 and then, because that will turn on flashlight, it will drop the ball, won't it? What about square? R2 and square? No. R2 and... No, that's making me jump. R2 and X? No. L2 and... square? I don't know. L2 and X? No, it's making me jump again. No. L1, R1? I don't know. Yeah, genuinely, I can't work it out. Yeah, you can't throw the... I don't know. When you messaged and said that you could do it on PS5, I think it's square for PS5, but not sure. No, I'm trying square. It's not. If I just hold tap square? No. Hold square? No. I got nothing. Nice to see you, MrSealyp. Could you recommend any sandbox maps? That's not fair. We can throw it on PC, and export players have said they can throw the ball. I don't know. I don't seem to be able to. If anyone does work out to do on PS5, let me know. You're better off direct message me rather than leaving it in the comments. But let's fill the bowl. Let's feed Turk while we're here. No, you know what? We're going to keep the dog. Let's keep Turk here. Just, you can't eat from up there. That's just daft. Why would you do that? Let's pet the dog. Whenever I do that, he's not out here with me today, so he's in with MrSealyp. If I do that and farm dog's here, he goes berserk. Anyway, so the dog can keep an eye on the cows for us, just in case we've got any wolves. any wolves in the woods or anything bad that can come out of the woods. So, ah dear. No, you can't get the dog to follow you either, which you could before. I don't know why they changed it. Anyway. There you go. It is what it is. So, let's head back. The cows are doing well. Let's go over and see. Have we got any milk yet? I don't think we will have because it's been quite soon. But... oh, it's good to see him grazing. Better chance of getting Spectacle Island on FS25 than throwing the ball. Yeah, probably. Rust Money Gaming. On PS5, I like New Hope. Yeah, yeah. So sandbox ones. I'm trying to think of ones that are very open. Yeah, New Hope's it's pretty big and open space, isn't it? There's lots of room. I mean, this one, to be fair, I've put a lot of fields and stuff in. You do have to remove some trees and stuff, but it does. And when you think I came here with nothing, and there were no actual fields on the map, so as far as the sandbox goes, I mean, if you think we bought that plot, we started off doing contracts. I've made all those fields. We've cleared all the trees and put the cows in here. We've cleared all the stuff here for the apple trees there. I've still got all of that could be cleared and made into fields. I decided to do that because I thought it'd be quicker and easier, and actually turned out it wasn't quicker and easier. So, you know, and if you don't want to do the peat stuff, it's a tiny fraction of the map really that's taken up with peat. You've got all the rest of this. Now, admit there's a lot of trees to cut down, so you might want to do that. But anyway, yeah. Have we still got the cades? Oh, that would, yeah, the cades, they're all, well, the cades are bigger now, aren't they? They've grown. We've got a lot. They've gone, how many have we got now? What was I checking? Milk and stuff. I went past, didn't I? We'll go and check. We'll go and see how our sheep are looking. We've got quite a lot now, actually. We've got 1 litre of milk. A litre of milk. If you're thirsty, you're not going to. Well, let me say, you're not going to turn down a litre of milk, and I would. I'm not a big fan of milk. Don't mind a milkshake. Not a big fan of milk. I've had that. We've had this conversation many times before, haven't we? When we were at school, if you're at that certain age group, I know that we used to have the mini milk bottles, and they used to come in the crates, and then. I know when I was teaching at school, they used to have little cartons of milk with a little straw, but we used to have the little bottles. And by the time you got to drink it, was always warm. Oh, it just put me off milk. I just couldn't. Warm milk out of a little bottle. So yeah, not been a big fan of milk ever since. Anyway. This has got a sand pit. I assume this is an in-joke. You wasn't meant to tell everyone. I don't know what that means. It probably has a meaning. The new greenhouses that came out the other day, I can't figure out to put solid fertilizers of Tide Tribe. Are you trying to do it using IBCs? If you're trying to use IBCs, it did say in the description that it won't take fertilizer, liquid fertilizer from IBCs. You have to put it into a trailer and unload it. Yeah, it won't take it from containers. You've got to put it into a trailer. When I was at Tom Pemberton's, excuse me, and we had the milkshake that was made from the milk from the farm. That was fine and delicious. I mean, it was really creamy. Really, it was really lovely. I just can't do milk. Yeah. J-Rel, hi, Andrew P. No problems. All right. So, yeah, we've got. I think the cades are grown now because we seem to have a lot more sheep in it than we did. Let's go and check. We'll go and have a look. Why not chickens and plant some wheat? I did wheat already. Come on, Bear. There have been so many people that have come on and commented on stuff that I've already done. Are you not following my Let's Plays? Let me just... Are you not following my Let's Plays? I'm looking over there to see what happened. Come on. Come on now. Yes, we did wheat in that field. And my straw swathing, separating factory up there is separating our wheat at the moment. I need something to do with my wheat. We may well do chickens. I was going to do greenhouses. I was trying to avoid doing things I've done a lot of on previous Let's Plays. And then I've ended up doing a lot of the same stuff I've done on Let's Plays. So, yeah, eggs would be a good idea. Maybe we'll do chickens next, I think. Actually, have we got room to put chickens in now? No, actually, because I need to go and look for a particular. There are some different ones. I might go for one of those big ones that does like 500 or 1,000. Actually, do we have under chickens? Yes, because I used it. The chicken pasture. That says it holds 31, but also I can make it bigger on. Prairie Farms, didn't I? Did I? You were sleeping. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, so maybe we'll do some chickens. Anyway, let's go over and check on there. I don't need to do it over here actually, do I? I can actually click on the thing, but... Actually, what am I talking about? We can do it here, can't we? So, yeah, what do we start off with? They're at 19, they're at 6, they're at 1. So these were at 1 month, and now at 6. Wow, yeah. God, we have got a lot, haven't we? 19, 11, 6, 1. Blimey. No wonder our goat milk and wool pallets are really going for it. We've got a lot of girts. Yep, we're just talking about you. 869, yeah, we got a load of goat milk. I'm not doing anything with the goat milk at the moment. Do I put in a dairy? What do we reckon in the chat, everyone? Should we put in a dairy? I don't know. I don't want people to be cross, you know. Nice place for some RC farming. Maybe a bridge between the bags. What? What bags? Adrian Binstead's in the house. Adrian! My dude! How are you? I'm very good. I hope you're well. Ah, it's lovely to see you, mate. Well, not see you, but see you in the chat, you know. I've kept them all going, Nina. I'm looking after them. Like I say, they're all growing. They're all doing their thing. The meadow grass is quite long, so finding the small ones is a little bit trickier, but yeah, they're all about. Yeah, look. Mind you, though, look. I don't know whoever the shepherdess is. What was your phrase, Nina? What were you doing with sheep the other day? They haven't had their tails docked. I mean, that's just shoddy. That's just shoddy shepherding, isn't it? To be fair, when we were at Nina's farm doing this, it was MrSealyp. MrSealyp with Brian. They were doing all that. Ear tags, tails docked, the whole... The male's got the old, you know... I was just filming. I was just the cameraman. Yeah, I won't. Nina used a technical term. It was a sheep farming technical term. They are nice looking buffalo. They seem very happy though, don't they? Look, leaping about. I mean, that's the one thing I'd say. I do like it. It's a small thing. And shall I say it again? Do I need to say it again? We all know that. We all know what we're going to say. Pay attention to the details. We all get lost in the whole Giants is this, Giants that. The game's rubbish. I've gone back to playing FS19 because the game's this, the game's that. I'm having a problem with this, a problem with that. And yeah, there are still problems. I know people are having all sorts of problems still. But when you actually drill down onto some of the details, the nitty gritty, when you get the ground deformation, when you get, depending on what map you're on, and really drilling down onto that intricate detail, you know, I don't know, it's great. You just have to. Yeah, we got. Where's Jeremy? I never mentioned it, did I? I never mentioned Jeremy. Was it? Hello, Smock Farmer. How are you? I didn't mention it. Was it HMG? Who messaged me to say I'm going to send Jeremy back? I could have sworn I put Jeremy in. Jeremy! Oh, I did, yes. Sorry, Peter. There you go. There's Jeremy. Living the life. I can't believe I did that. I actually took the time to put Jeremy in and then didn't mention it on the video. That's normally a big thing. I normally do an episode of Jeremy returning. I just... how... I was obviously doing something else. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, has Alien Gym stopped modding? I think so. I haven't seen anything from Alien Gym in a long while. I know I had one job. I'm... You sound like... Nina's Brian kept saying that to me. Oh, I did tell that story, didn't I? When I got stampeded by a herd of angry sheep. A herd? A flock? A herd of sheep? Can you call it... Nina will know. Can you call... I know some are interchangeable. A flock of sheep normally, but can you call a sheep a herd of sheep? Or is it always a flock? Don't know. I got hammered. This sheep just came at me. It was angry, it was furious, and it just slammed into me, knocked me flying, smacked me hand, hurt me leg, and then from that point on, Nina's Brian just keeps saying one job. You had one job to stop those sheep getting through that gap. It was the most embarrassing thing. Anyway, if someone would mod an insane roller, we would be at the same level or higher in FS22 after the update of the Colossus mod. Haven't we got a large... Yeah, I thought it was flock. I don't know if those phrases are interchangeable. I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, so that's our sheep and our goats. They're doing great. They're hiding in the grass, but they're doing fine. Did I show this the other day? I had relatives in Idaho that had sheep and was always called a flock. Yeah, I mean, a flock of sheep is what they call it. It's a collective noun. I should know that. I used to teach it in school. We used to do a thing about collective nouns, and we would go through collective nouns. What is the noun used to describe? Birds, fish, whatever it might be. And then we would get the children to create. We'd often do it around the time we were doing stuff about Roald Dahl, and we would do a lot of the words and phrases and things that Roald Dahl made up that weren't words, that have become words in use in the English language that never existed before. So we'd get the kids to sort of do all sorts of stuff, and we would do the collective noun thing, and we would I will give Jeremy some extra love. I feel bad because I didn't mention it. Oops. Ground deformation makes my fields look ugly now with all the tracks my tractors leave. That's alright. Just drag a roller behind you, wherever you go, you'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, so then we would get them to make up a word. You'd always do... It's always that dangerous thing. It wouldn't work in secondary school because you would give them the word teachers. If you had a group of teachers, like when you go up into the staff room or on the playground or whatever it might be, what would the collective noun for teachers be? And when the kids start writing things down, you do sit there thinking, because they used to have these little whiteboards on their desks and they could write down stuff and they'd hold their whiteboards up, and it was cool. There's always that moment of you dread when they're going to hold the boards up. What are they going to have written, And then when we were at Deutschfarm, we were recording, and of course all the content creators, we did the factory tour, we're all walking around with our cameras, and I stood back watching everybody filming, and everyone was doing the same thing, and I said, what would the collective noun for content creators be, for YouTubers? I edited out quite a lot, because when I was walking through then, all the content creators were then saying what they thought the collective noun would be. None of them were usable. Not one of them I could use on the video. Not one of them. It was appalling, some of the stuff that came. Anyway, Casey, medics in the house. A shepherd herd sheep. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know. Herd sheep, yeah. Anyway, a moaning of teachers. I like that. Yeah. I did show this the other day, didn't I? Stocks there, stocks in there. This one needs to be moved and put into storage up the hill. I probably need to... Oh, you know what I need to do as well? And I've been meaning to do this for quite a while. Hello, Brian. Good morning. How are you? What time is it? We're at 4:33. I'm half an hour over my 2 hours I was going to do. We might end up doing 3. again, I'm in that situation where I was just thinking I'm going to wind it up now, and when people are just joining us, I always feel terrible, but it's always going to be the case. Someone will join as I'm ending. It's just, unfortunately, that is the way of the world. But I've been renting for ages. I've got a little bit of money. We're cutting some trees down. I'm curious to see. Oh, that's the other thing I want to check. Let's go. No, that wasn't the right one. Let's go to here. Our environmental score is 93, so I'm assuming that when we sell our logs, we'll get a nice bonus for that. Maybe that'll be the start of the next episode. We'll sell a load of logs and see what we get. But while we're here, like I say, I've been leasing for absolutely ages, and I need to buy my own one because it's just, not that it's costing me a huge amount of money, but it's 27 grand. I can afford to do that. The trouble is I've got my one set in the sweet spot. Now, I don't know, and I'm going to say this as well, in one of the updates recently, whether the base game stump cutter's got an update, because that was quite finicky to start off with. There are loads of versions available, I know. I'm going to buy that. We'll go and take the other one back. We'll get that one going because I need to cut some stumps. Actually, let me just do that, and we'll pin that message. There we go. Ali Carbon, member for 1 month, SealyP Plus. I'm MrSealyp. That is sad you couldn't use what they said. I'm sorry. Great content, keep up the great work. Thank you very much. It's very, very kind of you to say, and thank you for being a SealyP Plus, you legend. Yeah, honestly, some of the stuff they came out with was, yeah. I can't say. I'm not, you know what? I'm proper thirsty. Oh yeah, I keep doing that. Someone asked me the other day what was it. I think I showed this on the stream before. One of my daughters got me this for Christmas. Stormtrooper helmet mug. I love it. It's very cool. But of course, if I'm going to do my, I've got to be a shield for at least one part. Don't forget, MrSealyp merch is available. If you're interested in picking up some MrSealyp merch, yeah, some guy MrSealyp merch. Link in the description. There's a whole load of stuff, all sorts of things. I need to do a new design for something. I was going to do one for FarmCon. I forgot. I have got a plan for one. Something that I said when we went to the Nottingham show with Nina and Brian, and I said something. I can't say it out loud because I don't want anyone nicking my idea. Because it's a good idea for a t-shirt design. If I've lost all the weight I'm hoping to lose by Llama, I should be able to fit into my own products by then. Because unfortunately the Teespring stuff only goes up to 3XL, sometimes a 4, and I'm a big guy. So if I've lost enough, I'll get a design out for Llama. We'll do that. And I do need to do some new ones. I'm surprised you didn't miss your mouth. Honestly, the rim of this is thick. She's thick. And I do tend to dribble down myself. I need a bib. MrSealyp bib. That's the next thing. Oh, that's better. That is better. A tribe of tubers. If only someone had said that, that would have been alright. I could have lived with that. But they didn't. Of course they didn't. Why would they? So. Thank you, Pithers, you star. Pithers has just put up the link for the creator thing. If again, like I say, I'm not a tripe of YouTubers. You're probably right, actually. The word cluster was used, but there was another word on the end. I can't remember what it was now. I've got to be careful. I can't get demonetised. What time is it over here? It is 4:38 in the PMs. It is the afternoons. It was a cluster fork, yes. I've got to be careful now because that could. I said forks. There we go. Yes, it was that. That word got used. Yeah. Anyway, I was saying about this. So this used to be quite. You had to get the actual spinny bit, the cutting disc, right over the stump. Now, when I used this the other day, I came out and it cut. So, as you saw, some of the trees I moved had the edges sort of trimmed off of them. as I turned, it locked to load off the trees. I don't remember the width of that being so big, so me driving around with that turned on all the time now is not the best idea, and hence why I've been pulling the trees away from where the stumps are, so I can't afford to be losing any off my trees. So what I'm going to do, I'll use this to clear the stumps, then I'll take it back, return this, because it is leased, and then we'll, oh no, that one's right there. So what we'll do, turn it off. Can I move that tree with it? Kind of. Not really. It's what we can do. Let's... Oh, I shouldn't have moved it. I thought I could raise and lower that whole thing. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. That's what I need to do. So I'm curious to see now whether that will take... Oh! Yeah, we've got the Dipper Fox. I didn't like it. I didn't find it worked particularly well. I wasn't a fan, I'm not going to lie. Why have I decided I can't steer anymore going backwards? There we go. So let's see if this does take the end off. What is it? Yeah, let's see it's taking the end off the logs. No! Stop doing that, you buffon. I find, top tip, I haven't done MrSealyp's top tips in quite some time. I find if you are grinding the stumps, the stump grinder, that if you turn your front lights on, just the front ones, as you're driving forward, the light will shine off the stumps if they're sticking out of the ground, especially when you've got a lot of foliage like what I has got. It just helps a little bit to identify where they are. You are welcome. I'm on control at the moment. I find if you drive over them, see what I mean? It just that. See, normally you would have had to actually get the actual blade over that. As I turned, that cut that. That never used to do that. When did that change? So I have to be careful. Turn it off. I have to be careful when I swing around past log piles now that it doesn't start taking chunks. So this one here, I guarantee, well I say guarantee, I can't make these sweeping statements. Anyway, yeah. You can, I think, get rid of all the little bits as well if you don't want to load them onto a trailer and take them elsewhere. There you go. You can do that too if you want to. It was in one of the patch notes, probably. Probably one of the ones I skimmed over. There have been some patches recently that have been a bit, okay. It always does that. Several important updates that change this, that and the other, and you read like blah 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 blah. Okay. What is the new stuff? Like and subscribe, thank you Kartek, for more foolish techniques for making your stump bigger. Will you stop it? Have you been on the beers? Sunday afternoon sherbet? Right, I'm going to take this back, drop it off, grab my new one, and I think we're going to be knocking on, well, quarter to 5, so knocking on 3 hours, which is longer than I intended to do, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. 296 likes. Come on, let's make it 300 people. Smash that like button in the last few minutes. In our dying breath, smash that like button. Let's get to 300. That would be phenomenal. How do people feel about, at some point, a live stream on Roadcraft? Does anyone fancy a live stream on Roadcraft, or is that not something you'd be interested in? Cartex as teetotal as a vicar. Are vicars teetotal? Maybe not. Monk? No, they weren't either. They used to drink a fair bit. Sailor? No. Who's teetotal? I don't think anyone is. I say don't think anyone is. That's really weird. 300. Boom. Thank you very much. Mic drop. Oh, I'm not going to drop the mic. It's yeah. I don't want to break it, do I? Let's put this over here. We're not dropping mics. 311. We zoomed up all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't know. I might do a Roadcraft live at some point. You know, just trying to think. Maybe evenings are a difficult one. Live on anything. I'm definitely going to do a live map tour at some point. I'm probably going to. I might do another live mod review at some point. Now I've done one, I know what I need to do to probably improve it. But and the people that want to watch me doing some Roadcraft can. If they don't want, they don't have to. It's one of those things. Again, if I'm sitting here playing and I'm doing a load of stuff that would normally be in between episodes, why not live stream it? I might as well while I'm here, and I can chat, and you know, people in the chat can chat, and that's what I like about it. It's again, we were talking about this at FarmCon, saying about the world we live in is very disjointed. Community, as in a real community around you, it does exist, but not like it used to. People do thrive and live and breathe within online forum communities now. People feel part of a community unlike in a way they ever used to. It's an interesting one, isn't it, how the world has changed. We've become more introverted, we've become a little bit more, we close ourselves off, especially after COVID, especially after lockdowns, especially after all that. It was difficult to go back out into the world and do people, you know, the people thing. It got a bit much for some people, and it has always been a lot for some people. But people find a place within these communities, a place where people are like-minded and sharing ideas and provided, and like I find my moderators, the guys that keep up with the chat, and it's a fairly pleasant place to be. I don't tend to get many nasty, horrible people in here. You know, it's you know, I don't know. You could do a live chat about the colour of your favourite chair, and I'd watch it. More introvert, is that possible? Thanks for a great 3 hours, MrSealyp. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know, this is it. If you're starting out introverted, and that's the thing, an introverted person that goes then through various different things, whatever it might be, to become more introverted, more within yourself, it's much harder to burst out. See, we're talking about mental health, well-being. We cover everything here. We will talk about anything. I'm not afraid to talk about it. And if it helps anybody to feel, you know, the worst thing is feeling like you're the only one. I know I've felt that a lot in over the years, you know, to be able to chat to people and find out, no, you know what, you're not the only one. I go through it, they go through it, they've been through it, this person's been through it, you know, that it's not just you, that it's a thing, you know. He's a wise man. I don't know. You know what? I trimmed my beard really short. I say I trimmed. MrSealyp did, for going to FarmCon, because I was getting a bit straggly again. I thought, you know what? MrSealyp said, you look younger with your beard shorter. And you can't bond 007. 007. Love your videos, by the way. Name Dracula backward. Very cool. Thank you for the donation. That's very, very kind of you. Very generous. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, it just, you know, if it just helps people to find a place. And I was talking to FSG about this, and we said that first Llama, when we got to meet people in person, and I think all of us as content creators found it very overwhelming emotionally, because we were getting, you know, people in the chat will talk, people will send you a message and say, thank you, you helped me, you helped my son, you helped my family, whatever it might be, through a difficult time, through a difficult period, and you read it and it's like, wow, that's incredible, I've made a difference. And that's all you can hope for. And I know I've said this over and over again. My dad always said, leave the world a better place than you found it. Have you made a difference? And if I have in some way, then I'm happy as Larry, you know. But at Llama, face to face with people, it became a much more emotional, visceral thing. Talking to people one to one, and it was constant all day for both days of the first Llama, which I had no problem with. It was awesome, meeting all these people, all these incredible people, hearing everyone's stories, farmers and non-farmers, farming simulator players and non-farming simulator players. It was incredible. And when we talked at FarmCon this year, I sat down, I was talking to FSG, and he said it was at that point he realised, and I think I did the same, that we have a much greater responsibility than we ever realised we had, you know? And that's quite, for some people, quite scary, quite daunting. So if anyone in the chat, anyone watching, anyone that's watching after this has gone live as a video in its own right, if you found a place, if you found someone to talk to, if it's in the chat, if it's not necessarily with me, the same with my Discord. I'm not in the Discord very often, but if you guys go into the Discord and you're chatting with other people and you're having fun and sharing ideas, if you go in there and ask a question and people help you, then it's done the job it was supposed to do, and it's made a difference and it's helped. That, for me, can't ask for more. Anyway, set up a poll on Discord, check what your followers want to see. Yeah. Smock Farmer, I'm pretty sure you've helped all of us in some degree, myself included, all the way since I started watching 2018. Wow, Smock Farmer, has it been that long? That's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Anyway, I've stopped again because I'm not doing the farming bit, I'm just doing that. Take this down. Once I get there, I clunked on the side of something there, not quite sure what. I'll get these loaded into my trailer and we'll see how many we've got. Not now, I'm going to do it off camera. And then start the next episode, we'll sell those. I'm curious to see what bonus we get having a 93% environmental score. Remember, I'm not chasing the 100%. I'm not. Alright? I'm not trying to get to 100. I'm not bothered about it. I don't care. It could be 92, could be 80, I don't care. Yeah, right. Engine off, lights off. I say I will do the rest at a later date. But, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately... Oh, hang on. Another story of a soldier in Ukraine watching an FS creator for a piece of mind. That's... Am I bothered? Am I bothered? No. I think I told the story before. I had a guy who was a United States Marine messaged me to say that his tour in Afghanistan, my videos got him through his tour in Afghanistan. They would come back off patrol, off ops, whatever they were doing. He would come into the tent, put on one of my videos to just decompress and de-stress. And I can't... Yeah. How do you process that? That's crazy. Anyway. Stephen, hello from Texas. Enjoy your videos. They help me with day-to-day problems. I can't do any farming today. Tractor is stuck in real farm. Oh, okay. Oops. Not good, but anyway, hope you get it fixed. Anyway, we have come to the end of another glorious episode. I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.